eastbound, southbound, getting close to Logan was the street that we just passed. So really making our way through Thousand Oaks and back into the San Fernando Valley. But really, this whole time, that driver has been committed to that center lane. Since we've gotten over that, I haven't seen him once really, him or her move once from that center lane. Really just sticking straight on, going straight.
Check. Okay, check. Here we go. All right, I need to set up my freaking, yeah. I need to set up the, okay. I need to set up my camera.
And yeah, with this vehicle being right there in the middle of the freeway, I mean, it's really extra difficult for an officer to apply spike strips or any sort of measures like that because they need a little bit more space really to make that happen. So, but now, yeah, we finally are seeing that driver start to merge over into another lane as we were coming up on a bunch of other traffic. So this split here, we're coming up on the 101-134 split. So staying to the left, this driver would end up on the continue on the 101 freeway.
There we go. That's cool.
Yeah, 101-405. Excuse me on that one.
All right, we're back. We're good. Let's go. Been a while. Yo, it's been so long. It's been so long.
Usually on a Sunday, I mean, if it wasn't Easter.
Who is this guy talking?
This intersection here would be.
You guys can hear him, right?
Busy, but because of the holiday, really not that much traffic on the road.
I'll need to turn him up.
So, initially, there was a Ventura County Sheriff's Department airship above this, but it has been handed off to CHP at this point. Now that we've passed the 405 freeway, you can see it right there.
Just think, I could blow your ears off if they change something, though.
Continuing to head eastbound.
Okay, I'm gonna pull up. I'm just trying to get my stuff situated here. Is my title right?
Right there.
Is my title correct?
Preventing any other cars from
Live police chase? No, on Twitch it's not. Okay. Shoot. Okay. Stream. Thanks, Wonderfinger. Thanks. Okay. Let's go. I still don't have my OBS set up right, but hey, let's do the prediction. All right, 15-minute chase prediction is up. Do we know why the cars want it? I don't really.
Just seeing these speeds, it is going freeway traffic at this point. I mean, not too far off. About 70 miles per hour is what our speedometer is showing here from News Chopper 4. So it really, thankfully, these speeds aren't really, over 100 and something that some of these other drivers that don't know that a pursuit is coming up behind them, it really just seems like it might be another car until they really see those lights and sirens.
Okay.
But this time of day, if you're looking in your rearview mirror, it's going to be really hard to see that light. The sun is right behind you.
All right, so, Shinji, what's up? Welcome for example, to everyone who is over there on
know a pursuit is behind them just because of how bright it is looking in that rearview mirror. And really just based off of how slow this driver is going relative to all the other traffic on the road.
It's been a minute since I streamed a chase, so it's just kind of chaotic for me right now.
Towards the south side of the 101 freeway.
But
we are getting a little bit close to the Burbank airport as we move closer and closer.
We're getting close to a no-fly zone.
We're just going to position ourselves.
I changed my title, right? Or did I not? Do I have to do it here? Okay, that should fix it.
Speeds are just continuing right there, 72 miles per hour. Just not really doing too much.
Sasha, what's up?
Outside of what we normally see.
Sean and Gina and Let's Go Brandon, what's up?
On the road, you know, just
Stay stunting. Lewis, what's up?
Speed limit, just a bit
Chate, how's it going? Pillbilly, I know so many people.
The only difference here is that this
Cold Light, how you doing?
driver is being pursued by at least 4 units that we've seen so far.
There's a cop right there. Or was that a cop?
Actually, we just saw a CHP officer there. There might have been a spike strip.
Yeah, was there?
attempt.
I didn't see one, but could have been.
Like I mentioned earlier, when this car is in the middle of the road there, it's a little bit more tricky for these officers to get to that car. But now we are seeing it start to move over, at least into that second from the right lane, as we see other cars pulling over to try to get it out of the way of this.
This looks like some sort of Toyota or something. What is this?
So slowly but surely are making our way into Studio City here. I can really only say that thanks to some of those officers blocking off these intersections, that can be the only explanation besides the holiday.
So we got 1, 2, 3, 4
right now, and that's just a great move on their part, just to keep everyone else safe in this case.
This is weird.
So freeway is wide open. This driver is continuing, but it does appear that he may be this driver may be headed down on the 101 South. So currently committed to the 101 South, but really starting to make the way over. We'll see on that solid white line. Yeah, so going over that solid white line.
I mean, do we have anything
committed, then we will
on this
on the 134,
bingo card?
Continue on the 134.
Man, I wish they would take this this overlay off the screen. It's kind of annoying. It's not. We don't need this right now. All right, is there another news station? Scentless, what's up?
Bit more
this is a new anchor, Sean. I've never heard this guy before.
Yeah, sticking on to the 134 now. We are seeing a bit more traffic.
Okay.
Here. So just have a few trees that he will get out of the way for you in a second. But I really want to just
getting onto the 134 right now, and as
okay, apparently it's on ABC, but of course they have. They're blocking me right now. We're gonna try. It's on CBS as well. Okay, we're gonna move. We're gonna move. We're gonna change. We're gonna do something. Okay.
Oftentimes we have seen that patrol car switch out, like the lead car, but
it's going to be super loud, so hold on. These other news stations are actually going to have their shit together. Okay. I'll turn this gain off real quick. Okay, here we go.
Areas that get more congested, and you start having to see these swerving around and switching lanes and trying to continue to evade those officers.
One thing I've always mentioned, and this is just my own personal thing, because we've all been on the freeway where all of a sudden somebody
sorry.
doing 70, somebody
we got our guy Dave, of course.
Per hour. That's why I like what the chippies are doing. They're staying behind
the fucking chippies. Always talking about the chippies, Dave.
Lights going, basically warning people ahead if they can hear it of what's coming up. So. That I do like. Yeah. So we're just going to see what's going to happen here. Every department has its own pursuit policy.
Yin Yang, welcome.
Back, sheriffs, they have a different procedure. Everybody plays off their own rule book.
And it does look like they just took the split there toward Pasadena, so that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up in terms of you can maintain this road and get. They're approaching Burbank, and then
they're saying it's an attempted murder suspect.
Our view from SkyCal
attempted murder. So not murder, but attempted murder.
Exit and get onto these surface streets where neighborhoods, as you pointed out, and there are people.
We'll stick here for now. It's a good angle. This is good.
On a Sunday, just kind of enjoying their evening, so that heightens the danger as well. But
on ABC, they're calling it a possible murder. So maybe not possible attempted. It's not just an attempted murder. It's not just maybe. It's a possibly an attempted
breaking at all. And you have to imagine it helps to some degree because
a lot of qualifiers going on here.
It's dark and it's at night, and when you're on the freeway and you have someone flying at 80 miles an hour and
OG, welcome. Snot, what's up? Yeah, it's all legit. And Coco Creamer, welcome.
To see those things whiz by, whereas in the day, even if it's just a little bit, it'll help to at least notice something coming up on the
possibly, maybe attempted.
Exactly. this suspect staying towards the inside lane, so indicating that they're going to just keep on traveling eastbound or southbound and possibly end up in Pasadena somewhere. So you got their office out there, meaning CHP. So they'll be joining the pursuit here pretty soon. Also, they'll do what we call a handoff.
Dave working on Easter.
Dave, when you start talking about, it's spanning so many different jurisdictions, to have that cohesive team and that cohesive plan between those different CHP agencies to be able to seamlessly get the right people in at the right time to still protect the public and, of course, also protect those officers.
Yeah, it works out fantastic, especially when you're working with your own agency. There was one CHP unit that just got on.
Artman, welcome.
So he's probably the local office. He'll probably
ever see a celebrity in a chase ever again?
And that's one of the.
I mean, it happened before. I don't know.
The whole state to play around with.
Probably not.
They're everywhere, so they'll go ahead and just to make it a simple handoff. Which and especially since they're all working off the same pursuit policy, they know exactly what they can do and what they cannot do. So once they get the, and I'm sure there's a supervisor involved in this, it's different with the CHP because with LAPD, the ranking officer and initiating pursuit black and white is the incident commander up until a supervisor joins the pursuit. And now it's even
I might switch this over to ABC
supervisor
because
at that time and now
there's definitely 5 police now.
Commander. With CHP is different. Once the CHP
1, 2, 3,
says,
4. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's still 4. Thought I saw a 5th one.
Calling the shots.
Anyway,
and of course,
I think I'm gonna switch us. I just don't really like listening to this dude that much. So let's see what we got over here.
Yeah, and it's a nice reminder of how the worst case, or I should say, the case where this goes on.
We got Bruce on here. Dave over there. We got Bruce here.
They're going to stay fairly close so they can keep a visual.
Wait, is that a
and
Subaru?
What they'll do is they'll swap units out to have a fresh unit be the lead vehicle, and then hopefully the pursuit is being called by a secondary vehicle or a helicopter on scene.
So that was actually a question that we had.
Tiger Woods. Oh yeah, Tiger Woods.
Onto the 405.
Or Britney Spears. Somebody like, yeah, Tiger Woods.
But it has actually not gone onto the 5 freeway. It's still on the 134 East in the Glendale area, passing Central Avenue and
murder suspect, possible, maybe
right
murder.
We've seen speeds change.
Possibly attempted murder.
90 at one
What's up,
point.
Dimitri?
But what do you make at the speed at which this vehicle is going, Bruce? And how does that impact the way that CHP will treat this pursuit?
Everyone on YouTube, hit the like button.
CHP is going to treat it just like any other pursuit. They're going to stay back. They're going to monitor. They're going to have at least 3 to 5 vehicles because there's a murder suspect. I don't know if when Air 7 HD had pulled in, if there was a passenger or not. It did look like there was a passenger.
Kind of looks like there was a passenger.
The vehicle. The other thing that is they've gained information.
Nah, maybe it's just some stuff.
Home, meaning
maybe it's just a bunch of junk.
Location where it lives at or is registered to.
Right, that doesn't really look like someone who's like moving.
County,
at all.
I
don't think that's is that a person?
Right, that is so often the case with these pursuits, Bruce, is that people tend to end up back in areas that they know.
It almost looks like a person with no head.
Area back to where this crime may or may not have been committed. And we get a little bit better vantage point right now. I'm not sure if you can see this, what we're seeing from Air 7, but you're right. It does appear as though there perhaps is somebody
Outback?
in the passenger seat. Just a few minutes ago, we saw the window on the passenger side go up and down a few times in a row there. That vehicle looks like it appears to be breaking away.
But it was hard to tell.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of junk
in the front seat or a person. I know
it's
a bunch of belongings.
A box of belongings or perhaps a bag
of belongings.
But this person, Bruce, does not show any signs of slowing down or perhaps even exiting the freeway at this point. They've been on this 134 for several miles now.
Yeah, by staying on the freeway, that's a good thing for law enforcement because they don't have to deal with cross traffic or pedestrians or other road hazards that may turn up. So by staying on the freeway, they're going to follow him and continue the pursuit in a fairly safe manner.
Okay. Yeah, and I also want to point out that no longer in the Glendale area, now in Eagle Rock, approaching not too far from Pasadena, and we, of course, are bringing you live coverage right now of a pursuit that originated in Ventura
It's only
County.
4 cops? No, there's a 5th
CHP
one. There's a 5th one.
pursuing
Finally
an
something on the
attempted
bingo
murder
card.
suspect. We have Bruce Thomas here with us. Bruce, as we stay on the 134 right now, it doesn't appear that this vehicle or driver driving in the middle of the 134 right now plans on getting off
yeah,
at
you
all.
like that?
And just talk a little bit more about how that's a good thing for the CHP.
Man, I don't like the
Just
way that
stay
they're
on
doing
the
this
freeway,
camera here,
why
though. We
that's
got like
safer.
the logos covering up the car.
knowing that,
I don't know why they
the
do it
suspect
like
is
this,
driving
but
at
I might
fairly
switch us
decent
because this is
speed,
kind of
he's not
annoying.
exceeding it by,
On NBC, it
20,
looks
30, 40
better right
miles.
now,
He's,
but I don't know what they're doing exactly, right? This looks good. It's going to be very quiet. Or it's going to have no audio.
We're in the Eagle Rock.
Barely see a hand there, but otherwise it is pretty tricky to be able to tell just how many people may be inside this vehicle.
Maybe we'll go back to listening to Dave. I don't know. I like this, but I wish this dude would, like, talk. Yeah, no audio is kind of better. I don't know. We could go back to Dave, but I get a little
really seeing a
annoyed
bit
with
more space
Dave.
here from CHP. Even though speeds are pretty much steady at 70 miles per hour. I mean, it's almost.
Yeah, this has been very
I
steady.
almost think that this driver has cruise control on. Usually,
it's been like
most
this
of
the
these
entire
pursuits,
time.
we
Yeah.
see a driver go to 100 and then they slow down and then they speed up. But this driver is
How
pretty
are
much
you doing?
consistently going about 70 miles per hour, and then sticking right there in the middle lane. So.
Make the most recent one be the darkest.
Really confusing. Just why this driver continues to try to flee.
New prediction up. Oh, thank you. All right. Will this chase last for 30 minutes? Gamble your channel points on Twitch. I mean, right now, it feels like this could fucking go forever. This guy doesn't have any, like, Lady Stiletto, welcome, and Vic, welcome. It's like this has been, like, static. Like, just the same thing.
Yeah, he's
so far.
Wow, yeah, really empty freeways here. So CHP has been doing a great job of shutting
There's, like,
down
nothing in front of
them to make sure that there's just all of this.
Yo,
space,
thank you.
For them to
Arab Prince, how many months? 20 months. That's almost a year. Yo, is really nobody saying no on this? Everyone saying yes? Yo, Sean. Yo, Maxwell, welcome. Sean, get those points in there. That's crazy. You guys are crazy. Thank you for following Pooh Bear.
I am showing 7 units.
It's literally been like 2 weeks since there was a police chase.
A little bit of jostling going on back
like
there.
Literally.
So a lot of times we will have the supervisor in the back, making sure, keeping an eye on things. Just.
It's been
make
so
sure that
long.
they
Now they're in
have a point person
Pasadena.
really taking care of this pursuit.
No is the way. No is the way. Yeah, Cold Light.
With 7
you can
units
take all their
behind this
points.
vehicle, it's continuing on eastbound 134.
You feel straight watching this, but you love it. What does that mean? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right. Because of the odds. Yeah, exactly, Wonderfinger. All right, we're going back over here. NBC blew it. Okay, give me a second, though. I don't want to, like, blow your head off with the volume. So let me, like, get this straight. And then we'll go. We'll turn the gain off. We'll turn this up.
Traffic violation in Ventura.
We got Dave back. Welcome back. Thomas Young, welcome. Crispy Jenny, welcome.
What is going on with this suspect? You know, it's
Warren, welcome.
Dangerous for law enforcement officers. You know, you're always hoping for the best. Mm-hmm. We all do.
Yeah, certainly.
Prepared for but you're also prepared for the worst. That's all. That's just part of police work.
Absolutely, and we do want to make a note there.
Thanks for your wisdom, Dave.
From SkyCow right now, our feed was having a little bit of an issue, so we were showing you video.
Pooh Bear, yeah, I'm using a Mac.
When the pursuit was in Tarzana and zooming in and seeing that it looked to be a Subaru vehicle.
I think most streamers aren't using a Mac because they're playing video games, but I just do this.
Overhead. I mean, we're on the 210 now.
For the most part, I'm just using a browser, so it's all good.
Highlighting what that video showed you earlier in Tarzana when this started all the way even further back to Thousand Oaks, and
And this is just my main computer, so
going for a very long stretch.
I need to be able to go live quickly.
That a few minutes ago, we also had a wonderful zoomed out shot as we do another one here, just to show you and highlight what's become more or less the parallel storyline to this pursuit is how clear traffic is. Now, we all know in Southern California, as Hunter's pointed out as well, that traffic it's never like this.
But are there like cops up ahead?
Occasion, like tonight.
I mean, it's
Sunday
Easter,
where everybody's at home or with family and they're at their destinations
PK,
already.
welcome.
You don't really get it like
Big
this.
Merle,
So that
how
might
you
actually
doing?
be playing significantly into the fact that this has stayed on the freeway.
It feels like that the police are like
past
somehow
the half hour
responsible
now
though. Like they're
of,
are
when
they
we
like
first broke
kind
in.
of clearing the way in
it's
some
a
way,
dynamic that is
or is it just
consistent if nothing else?
Well, and I
like
think the word
literally it's
consistent
just
is
Easter?
what we've been saying as we've watched them. What's standing out to you, if anything, Dave, about the behavior of this guy? I mean, just seems pretty consistent. I hate to say that again, but there's really no other way to describe it. He hasn't really done much since we've been tracking this at 550.
You just got home, nobody's out there, PK?
The speed has been basically 70 plus or minus, staying between the lines and just consistently heading now eastbound. So there's probably some discussion there. The suspect is probably on the cell phone, and whatever type of problem
He's on that cell phone, Dave.
Maybe talking to some relatives or something about, hey, you might as well pull over. They're
NBC
not
is cooked. It's not working anymore.
End it. It's inevitable.
Well, I mean, we've got other options.
I'm thinking that's about it. And as far as you're right about the traffic.
Whoop.
As far
Why did it do
that? Here,
I don't like Safari.
I mean, you have to wonder,
you know?
too, have they gotten ahead
Don't
of
like
this
Safari.
and started to clear people off of the freeway? I mean, it's just so
I had the same thought. Right.
Doing that again. Stop doing
freeway, going the opposite direction, and there are, when we were looking earlier,
I'm trying to move my tabs into
cars,
consolidate into a window, and Safari
this
trips
guy feels
out.
Like the only one on this freeway. So are we about to see
Safari's like, please stop using Chrome.
A pit maneuver or something that CHP has been trying to clear the road.
It is. I mean, right there, this shot sort of says it all. It is almost.
But I would love CBS nuked their video on Chrome. I haven't checked that in months now, but I have to use Safari to watch CBS. They somehow nuked it. Like it just don't work.
At least 5 cruisers were counting there, Dave.
Yeah, and we were talking about earlier. They're putting some type of plan together. So, as you can see,
they're putting a plan together, according to Dave.
This will be coming to an
is
end
this car a cop?
And
like, why is that car just riding next to the police? Like, wouldn't you want to get out of there?
They'd be looking at a pit maneuver.
I know. I would want to get out of there.
Mileage thing. I think it's like 35 miles per hour on a pit, but that depends on each department. Yeah. Every department has to go through this what they call this EVOC training, Emergency Vehicle Operations Center. It's a state mandated, and they have to do 40 hours for training. But each department excels on that. They continue at minimum.
That's an interesting
hours
name.
Where they do practical application of pit maneuvers. So, but now that we're catching up with some traffic, that's not going to help.
No, it's not. It's like, we can make the jokes that it was wide open, but it's the second there's any kind of pressure put on this guy, we haven't seen how he's going to react to it. We don't know what he does when his back is
I'm not
against the
making
wall.
fun of it.
He's
It's a cool
maybe
name.
Having to navigate through either a standstill or even just other vehicles. That's kind of where the unpredictability comes to play because we've seen this be so predictable
3D,
for
welcome.
the entire time. Dave, this has to be tough for those officers to try and figure out what the next move is going to be.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they got so many things that they can try, but it's all about citizen safety, officer safety. So they're going to just set something up. Hopefully this will be
I think I'm going to switch this to ABC.
you know, like I said before, you know, any type of pursuit's a dangerous one.
I'm just tired
Slow,
of Dave
fast,
already,
freeway
man.
streets,
Dave,
whatever.
Dave needs to like go back to
just the way they
working
work.
for the LAPD or whatever. Go back to work, dude.
Upper San Gabriel Valley, and we are really not seeing too many vehicles on the freeway, which of course is a good sign. 67 miles per hour right now. Bruce, can you tell us again the distance in which 1, 2, 3, 4, we're looking at almost 8 CHP vehicles. Talk about why CHP doesn't get too close to the car when they're in pursuit on a freeway and what their strategy is. We know that that distance is very intentional.
Everything.
Sure. You want to keep a safe distance.
Everybody's got a retired cop
in a
on.
Positive manner to something that the suspect vehicle may do. They are going to stay back. You may see them.
Oh, hey, JT, how's it going?
And then back off. Just to
It has been going on for a minute, but you actually haven't missed anything. We got Bruce on one station. We got Bruce on the other station.
That little reminder in the back
Dave,
of their head.
Bruce,
and again,
whatever.
We're just watching this person generally varying their speeds only by about 5 miles per hour. So, and in some respects, going slower than the speed limit would be on the 210
Do you think they got
freeway,
like
which this person has
cruise
been
control
driving on
on
for several miles
And
now.
kind of seemed like
in the middle
Staying in the middle
of the
lane.
freeway.
This person is not changing lanes, not causing danger to any other vehicle. So it seems as though this vehicle is either intent on getting somewhere specific, Bruce, or perhaps just running out the clock, perhaps on law enforcement. Is that something that these drivers sometimes
Pooh Bear,
do?
I mean, they
Possibly. I mean,
they must know that that's possible. But it looks like the guy's on the phone right now.
Numerous opportunities to change freeways, get off the freeway, and to go into residential or
But honestly, he
business
should be
areas.
watching my
And they
stream, not the
haven't. They have
news.
pretty much stayed in the number 2 lane of the freeway at a very monitoring speed that's safe, and the freeway conditions are fairly light. So CHP is very content just to stay behind the vehicle and follow.
Maybe that's some good news that it is a holiday and we have not seen any point where the Subaru has had to slow down, hit any sort of traffic, or even had any other vehicles really in its lane. It does appear that there is a car in the middle lane that it's approaching right now. You see another CHP vehicle on the side of the road there changing lanes, but for now the vehicle's staying on the 210 East. Again, we're following this pursuit in the upper San
This cop
Gabriel
is really
Valley
coming
right
up on him now,
That
though.
CHP vehicle,
Willie,
about
what's
as close
up?
as we've seen, Liz, right now to the Subaru.
So, Bruce, what might be going on here? Because it does appear that the CHP vehicle is gaining speed and sort of closing the distance in on this SUV. Why is this happening right now?
They just might, because the Subaru has sped up, so they're speeding up just to stay at a decent distance with them. It looks like there may have been a handoff between CHP stations as they.
At least this guy doesn't call it the chippies.
You know, people will say, well, can't they use a spike strip or a pit maneuver? The speeds are just too great on this, and the freeway would have to be fairly vacant in order to do those maneuvers. Ideally, a freeway like this with multiple lanes is a good place to do it, but the speeds are just too high.
And because you mentioned that CHP
What's up,
is
CM?
treating
Yeah,
this
it's
as
been a while,
possible
right?
attempted murder suspect, this is not something that you're saying they are likely to give up on easily. This is not something that they're just going to let this go. They intend to follow this person as long as possible.
Yeah, that's correct. And the reason
June, they
you
should
see
call
so many
me
vehicles,
instead of this Bruce
CHP
dude. Call
vehicles
me.
in the pursuit
I'll talk.
is because they have a possible attempt murder suspect, which is a high-grade felony. So they're going to need.
I'm no
multiple
police
manpower
expert, but
to
I mean,
conduct
come
a
on.
traffic break and to take the suspect into custody during a felony traffic stop.
Bruce, I have another question. As we've been following this for nearly half an hour now, CHP vehicles here have to be sort of trying to anticipate what this driver's next maneuver could be. Do they do something erratic? I'm wondering, do CHP vehicles perhaps start lining the freeway or closing off an exit if they anticipate this person might be getting off
What was
somewhere?
Dave return? He calls the
what's their maneuver
CHP
strategy
chippies.
Yeah, typically they won't do that to isolate the vehicle. They're very content with the vehicle staying in the number
That
2
must be
lane
the police
of
lingo.
The freeway heading eastbound. They are just going to continue to monitor the vehicle and just stay behind it and do handoffs between.
What's this sound in the background? Is Bruce got like somebody? What's happening
so
in
we're
the
seeing
background for
passing
Bruce? He's
Mount
got it
Olive
on.
Drive, which is near the 210 and 605.
He's got it on
I've
speakerphone
mentioned
while
all
he's
those
like
communities that this vehicle on the 210 East had gone
hand washing
through
clothes
after
or some
Pasadena,
shit.
of course,
Analytics
Sierra Madre,
saying, whoa.
Monrovia, Duarte.
It's a dog?
Now
Is that what it
appears
was?
The vehicle, still in the East San Gabriel Valley, has passed Bradbury, the Azusa area.
I thought it sounded like something scraping on something else, but yeah, it all could have been a dog.
Irwindale Avenue. Just to recap, as we approach 6:30 here, we have had this pursuit on the air for, as Liz said, almost 30 minutes. It originated in Ventura County. Once the vehicle got onto the 101 freeway south, that is when CHP took over. We started our coverage when the vehicle was in Encino, that vehicle traveling from Encino to Sherman Oaks to Studio City, then changing freeways from the 101 south to the 134 east, and now on the 210 freeway east, heading towards the Inland Empire. We, of course, do not know where this driver is headed. We don't know how many people are in the vehicle. Right now, we've just seen one driver, some belongings in the front seat. There was a period where this driver did roll down the window of that front passenger side, but then rolled that window up. Speeds have varied between 60 and 70 miles per hour. Luckily, the freeways have not been crowded on this Easter Sunday, but the CHP, we've spotted about 10 vehicles trailing this black Subaru.
They got to cop up ahead, kind of clearing the way.
That this is
when it's this predictable.
Murder suspect.
Right,
I mean, he's kind of getting in the way now.
This
guy's going faster now. He's sped up, for sure.
There seems to be a bit of confusion right now that our assignment desk is trying to sort out. We're trying to ask questions of various law enforcement departments that are involved in this. As Josh mentioned, this began up in Ventura County. The Ventura Sheriff's Department tells us that this started as a traffic violation.
Oh, thanks, Willie. Yeah.
Once this person did not comply with that traffic stop and got on the freeway, that was when the California Highway Patrol took over. Now, the California Highway Patrol
it to the
says
30
they are
minutes.
treating this as though it's a possible attempted murder suspect
we made it to the 30
inside
minutes.
the vehicle.
Are you making
Ventura
the 45
Sheriff's
one
Office
right
says
now?
they're
Should
not
I
sure
do
where
it?
they got that information, but Bruce Thomas, our law enforcement expert who's been watching this pursuit
Whoever
with us
ended
for a
it,
better
I
part of a
assume
half
you're
hour
doing
now,
it.
says regardless of what exactly is going on here, CHP is treating this as though this is the most dangerous possible situation for people involved. Right, Bruce?
That's correct. I mean, we just don't, in this pursuit, we just don't see the urgency.
Okay, new
we've seen
prediction
in
up.
Other pursuits of stolen vehicles.
And one thing
is just kind of, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to point out that there's an LA County Sheriff's Deputy vehicle to the left of the Subaru that's kind of been tailing.
Will this
the
chase last
vehicle
45
along with the
minutes?
CHP car. Yeah, we're highlighting it right now. It appears to just be assisting, but at times it was actually traveling faster than the CHP car. I don't know exactly what the role is of that vehicle. Can you give any insight? Obviously, the LA County Sheriff's Department is involved in pursuits all the time, just like California Highway Patrol, Bruce.
The new
Correct.
format is
I don't
pro.
know what the
Thank you.
LASO vehicle
JT,
is
thank
doing. You know, it can be that the vehicle could be responding to a Code 3 emergency call.
Shout out to Jenny for that. I never would have thought of changing it, but
pursuit. Typically, they're not going to get involved.
I think that it was a good idea.
Under mutual aid. And being on the freeway,
gets my head off the top of the screen. Whatever issues we've had in the past where something happened and I was covering it, or my alert box covering it, we won't have that anymore.
Because this person has been traveling inside this vehicle for, gosh, it's got to be better than 50 miles at this point. I mean, this began up in Ventura County. Probably roughly an hour
Lady
ago.
Stiletto, this is out in the valley right now on Easter. I mean, there's cars on the other side of the road. Look at all those cars. It's not like crazy traffic, but it's traffic, right? So it makes me wonder, like, it's the direction they're going in, but also the cops are kind of clearing this shit off, right?
We haven't seen speeds
like, I think it's
greater
probably
than 90 miles per hour and really hasn't come into contact with any
JT,
other
thank
vehicles.
you.
And again, you're watching Eyewitness News at 6:30. This is Josh Haskell with Liz Nagy, and we're joined by our
18 months
expert, Bruce Thomas. Bruce, I do want to ask you, as you had pointed out earlier, there's been a number
hey guys,
of
you can
opportunities
join
for
the
Subaru
YouTube
to
channel
change freeways. They've only changed
for 99
freeways
cents a month, and I've been like, you can like watch
stayed on the 101. We've passed the
VODs
5 freeway, stayed on the 134.
And you can
now
just
on the
support me.
210,
That's more important than anything.
This vehicle has passed the 605. What do you make of all that? That this driver is not erratically changing
G20,
freeways?
how's it going?
You know, based on, you know, my opinion of what we're watching and have pursuits before when they have a destination, it seems like this vehicle is going back to where it lives, so to speak.
Think they're going back to where they live?
Familiar ground. that's not Ventura
Is that what's
County,
happening?
That's not Eagle Rock, Glendale, Pasadena, or any of those other cities. That he's going somewhere.
June, maybe on
possibly
Kalshi or one of these
Empire.
prediction markets, we
And
can
we're
start
getting
having
a little
actual.
bit better
The predictions will
vantage
be
point of
real.
This driver right now, the driver's just lifted the right hand off the wheel. We'd noticed for a while, the person was driving with two hands on the wheel.
He's like got his hand on
making
his
some
chest
sort of
right
motion,
now.
you know, touching his chest or something like that. There, it's difficult to tell. We can't be
Got it.
sure.
He's
but
on
it
the
doesn't
phone,
look as
and
though
he
there's anybody
doesn't have his hand on the wheel at
passenger seat.
all.
The windows, the back seat,
Right?
appear to be tinted, so we can't tell if there's
no
an
hand on the
animal
wheel?
or perhaps
There we go.
anybody else inside
Or was the right
vehicle.
hand on the wheel? I can't tell.
But this
It
person
looked like he was
has
holding the
to have been
phone.
driving, what, 50
The
to
alignment on
70
this vehicle
miles
must be
at
really
this
good.
point, and shows no signs of stopping. They haven't even changed lanes hardly.
June, the
in
longest one
last
I've ever seen was
15
like
to 20
6
minutes.
hours.
Bruce, at some point, does law enforcement lose interest, or do they run out of
Oh, I need to
patience with
change my
something like
timers
this
on Nightbot.
and
I
try and
still
bring
have
this
the
to a stop?
award show
Or
stuff.
if it's not endangering the greater public, do they just continue following?
Yeah, great question. Just as a footnote, sheriff's vehicle, I think, we had rooftop number 13, which, if I remember correctly, and I've been out of the game for a little bit, I think that's Lakewood Station. So they may have been on an uninvolved emergency call and just happened to be rolling code 3 lights and siren on the freeway to get where they needed to be. But going back to your question, they're not going to lose interest in this because it is a possible murder suspect. They will stay behind them with lights and siren to warn the general public as they come upon them on the freeway, because you're not going to hear the siren, but you will see the lights. So this pursuit's going to continue. They're not going to lose interest, but they are going to maintain this pursuit and follow it to the terminus of it.
And we're now up to the 70 to 80 mile per hour range right now. And as Josh mentioned, this person has passed up multiple opportunities to get off the freeway. Just another possibility right there. And yet that person stayed right in the center lane.
They're not getting off the freeway.
We're up to, again, back down to 64 miles an hour. Sped
And
up
yeah,
briefly
James,
to
he could be
90
going a lot
miles per hour.
faster than he
This
is.
a
He's really just
possible
like speed limit,
attempted murder suspect, and yet this person is showing
not
few
breaking the
signs
law
of
or
erratic
nothing.
driving and also no interest in giving up. Josh,
And Bruce and Liz, I just wanted to point out that we're still on the 210 East. We've passed San
If you're on
Dimas.
YouTube, hit the like.
We've passed another chance for the vehicle to get off, which they did not, which was the 57 freeway. And at this point, the vehicle staying on the 210 East, still a ways away from the 15 freeway, which would be the next opportunity to change freeways. That, of course, in the sort of North Fontana area. Rancho Cucamonga, of course, not there yet, but Rancho Cucamonga would be the next big city that this vehicle would pass, and then we'll see if they make a decision whether to get on the 15 freeway. But at this point, still in that middle lane on the 210 East, really has not changed lanes. And I do think it's interesting, Bruce, that you pointed out that LA County Sheriff's Deputy vehicle that was kind of staying right with it, as you thought might have just been in that location, stumbled upon the pursuit for an unrelated call, and we're no longer seeing that sheriff's deputy vehicle. So far, we're only seeing right now CHP, about 10 vehicles trailing this black Subaru.
I think I like the CBS angle right now, but I don't want to listen to Dave. Maybe I can watch it on the Fox one. Let's see what's up with the Fox one.
They were kind of paralleling it, getting to where they needed to go.
Oh, Fox went off of it.
And you mentioned that part of the reason that there are so many vehicles in pursuit is not just for this vehicle, but also to give an indication to the greater public, the people who are out, other drivers who are out on the freeway.
NBC looks pretty good. Maybe I'll switch us back there.
I just wanted to point out that
I just don't like how this one's framing it. Is that why I switched it last time? Is that why I gave up on this last time?
Just a few minutes ago, and I noticed that pickup truck had its flashers on and was moving out of the way.
There's just like not very good camera work there.
Here, when we were at the split between it was actually the 405 and the 101, and where that driver almost looked like they were going to merge from one into one other side of the freeway, but
no. Oh, all right. Let's refresh this. Give me this back. This white car. Another police vehicle as well. I mean, it looks like they've cleared the road, right? Like there's nobody on this side of the road now.
yeah. So this section of the 210 freeway, we are eastbound side coming at Fruit Street.
The real chemist, I know. That's true. JT is right. I am crass is right.
Passing through the city of Laverne.
The like button has been doing some messed up stuff. You better hit it. Happy Anarchist, welcome.
Just really one of the
yes,
most memorable
things
that we've seen so far was just that a little bit earlier that driver rolled down his window and there was a sheriff's unit right pretty much one lane across, not directly.
No, he's going way fast. About why?
Another CHP unit.
Why is that guy speeding? Are they going to try something? You think they could have tried a spike strip at this point? But the thing is, the road is so big, and it's so straight, and it's so light outside right now that you would just see it coming, and they can't just cover the entire road with spike strips.
Either way, the priority from a CHP is going to be the safety of others, all the other drivers that are on the road, safety of themselves, and even the safety of this driver. They really, that's their number one priority. Starting to see
nice safe place to put them, man.
Closer,
they never will at this speed, but
really just still about.
Also, this person is supposedly a suspect for an attempted murder. There's a lot of qualifiers there, but in violent crime type of situations, they usually don't want to do a pit maneuver. They don't want to put themselves in a face-to-face type of situation with someone who's likely armed. But, as always, they probably know more than us, and whatever we know is probably just straight wrong. Who knows if this person tried to kill someone? Who knows any of that stuff is right? I feel like more often than not, it's just something, some sort of misunderstanding. Not in terms of misunderstanding why the person is being chased so much as misunderstanding of between the news station and the police and
likely because
the
that officer went up ahead and cleared things out. The more empty that this
Ridge, that's
is,
super cool.
It's the less dangerous.
Post a picture of it in my Discord.
This driver just continues on straight and just stays at 70 miles an hour. He or she will eventually run out of gas, and then that'll be it. That'll
run out of gas. There you go.
Continues on, sticks in the middle lane, and the CHP continues doing a great job of keeping other drivers off of the freeway, then really, I mean, this hopefully will just come to a safe ending. So you can see there's that was almost dangerous. You saw just now there was someone on the overpass, possibly that was watching our coverage on their phone, and they were seeing this. But that dangerous part was that person that was on that overpass ran across. So like, what if they ran across and there was another person that just happened to be driving?
Yeah, what if they put spike strips across the entire
dangerous than the pursuit. Anything I've seen in this pursuit.
What if they just had like spike strips that would rise up from underneath the road? Creep Factor, welcome.
That has been evading drivers for over an hour now, and is continuing on the 210, headed east through like that kind of the foothill neighborhood. We're getting
a droid spider. I mean, they got Waymos out there doing stuff. You had the Waymo come and get them. Good Samaritan with a homemade spike strip. The Waymo could just come and sacrifice itself. Like, what does that matter?
So slightly slowing down here. I mean, this is one of the first times that I've seen this driver in the 50s.
Slightly slowing down. I mean,
just between 60 and 70 miles per hour, but
60, 70, now we're going
here,
58.
Despite how empty the freeway is ahead of the driver. So
yeah, the
really
police must have cleared this off. Like, there's no way that it would be this clear.
I know one of the dots is, yes, there is indeed 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.
Let's look at all the cops, or look at all the cars on the other side. There's no way it's this empty on this side without them
other drivers that are headed
clearing it.
east here on the 210 are not going to be getting involved with this driver.
That's true,
If
Big
he's
Bro.
going 55, surely someone could be going regular the speed limit, end up passing this. So CHP doesn't want that. They're going to keep everyone back, essentially run a traffic break behind this, just in case anything does happen on the freeway. So, really,
we're now in Ontario. This cop is getting up on him now. He's just gonna make him. What are they doing? Yo, there was a cop car back there. What was that?
Officer there. That might have been a possible spike strip attempt. Excuse me.
Did you guys see a spike strip there?
So we saw that.
If it was, then the cop was right behind him.
Just to the right.
The cop was literally right behind him. There's no way, right? The cop would have ran over the spike strip too.
Right there. It was right under the underpass is when the driver pulled down the window again. So really.
The original one supposedly is they said that this person is wanted for an attempted murder,
that little bit of movement
something
there,
to do with murder.
It seems like that might have agitated the driver a little bit because
King Wizard, what's up?
Back into the 70s, and coming under this overpass here, it was probably one of the first times I've seen a signal change. So finally, I guess decided to use a turn signal. Really haven't been merging between lanes too much, but just to have the thought to use a turn signal when you already have a lot going on, it's tricky.
Hope he goes in the mountains. Yeah, yin yang. That if that happens, we're not going to see the end of it.
Yeah. So coming up on this one is Campus Ave. Yeah.
Wait, we already made it to 45 minutes now. We did. Thank you. Wow. Will this chase last for an hour? I feel like the answer is yes. Who is this guy?
When we have the other vehicles who just don't, see, he finally, that car was almost about to pass our driver.
Yeah, he just got on the highway and see all these cops. He's like, oh, never mind.
This is not a driver that I want to be.
All right, use your channel points.
Overtaking on the freeway.
Predict will this chase last for another 15 minutes, which would mean that it goes on for a total of an hour.
A certain way as well.
And an hour is, it's quite a bit. It's a long chase when we haven't had a chase at all in like 2 weeks. Let's go, Brent. Very possible. Or it's just like wanted for like, who knows? Like, there's gonna be so many things. All right. CBS went away from it. They're not showing it anymore. That's crazy. Okay, well, it's still on ABC. We will switch over to that. And there are people
across. I mean, you can see here there's other drivers at this point.
Overpass? You see that?
that are out.
See that? That was interesting. I kind of want to see that. I kind of want to see that again. Where was that? Sorry. It's hard to tell. It's all the same, right? Anyway. We'll go back to the live video. I don't know. I saw it for a second, but that wasn't it. Okay, whatever. Don't want to miss anything. Anyway. CBS got bored. Yeah, I guess so. I want to make sure that I don't blow your ears off. So, we're going to do this.
On the freeway, it's not so much as problematic as they were in a residential area that we have seen suspects at the terminus, and we've seen, people that are friendlies get involved, and also maybe some antagonistic.
Okay, now we're actually seeing other vehicles.
The neighborhood that are, they have to now worry about too as they take the suspect into custody. But on the freeway, it's not that big of an issue at this point.
You see that this
once
car
again,
is
the camera work is so bad. Whoever they got doing this
in the 70 or so miles that this police have been pursuing it, we do see that the cars are doing what you suggested, getting out of the way and allowing the CHP motorcade to move through. But I do want to ask you about this information that we just got from the Ventura Highway Patrol here.
Is it possible?
What do you make of the fact that this suspect called the sheriff's office dispatch himself?
Another spike strip situation.
Wait.
Oh, that's from earlier. I apologize. So
that's from earlier. So
they
did attempt to spike strip back there, but it didn't. I didn't actually see it.
We had gotten there. That this started as a traffic matter during this pursuit. After it jumped onto the freeway, this suspect
look at all these
called the
cop
Ventura
cars.
Sheriff Dispatch Center
They're
himself.
showing a replay of it, but I didn't actually
the
see a spike
behind
strip.
The wheel. And the sheriff himself had an extended conversation, and that's how investigators were able to figure out who this person is, and said that he is wanted in connection to an attempted murder. What do you make of that, Bruce?
Well,
thank you for following.
That's a good thing, that law enforcement has gained information now of who is in the vehicle, what they are wanted for. Was it an armed
They need to get Andy for real. They do.
So these are all things that they're now planning for at the terminus or end of this pursuit. But anytime you can find out who's in the vehicle, what they're wanted for, where they live, all that information, that's all positives for law enforcement.
But interesting that this person called dispatch, voluntarily gave information, but continues to want to, it appears to outrun law enforcement because this car
Who's this?
at no point
What's going
has
on
tried
here?
to stop, has gotten off the freeway, this pursuit continuing. But we know that there have been numerous situations, I can think of a few stories I've covered, where suspects call dispatch, they want to share information, they want to identify themselves, and this appears
he wants
to
to
be
say,
one of those
quit following me,
situations
man,
where
I didn't do nothing. There was a spike
The
strip.
driver just signaled again where they were changing lanes.
That didn't look like that he hit it.
Are you noticing
It's
any
really
change
hard.
in pattern of this driver?
It's
in
really
the
hard
last
to hit
few
him with
minutes?
a
'Cause we've
spike
had a lot
strip
going on
in
here.
this
There are
scenario.
more drivers on the road at this point. We have a little more information. Are you noticing any changes as you're watching this?
That didn't look like he hit it.
I hate to use the word safely, but that's what they're doing. They're driving very safely, maintaining a decent speed with traffic. They're signaling. They're moving over. They're trying. There was another spike strip attempt right there also. I'm sure they've tried to call the suspect back and say, look, just pull over, give yourself up. We can make sure you're not harmed.
They're probably blowing his phone up.
Now. So they definitely tried to call him or her back, and hopefully they're talking.
So one thing that we do want to point out, and we've been talking about this again, Josh Haskell here with Liz Nagy and Bruce Thomas. Bruce, our control room confirms
Bill,
there have been 3 failed spike strip attempts.
The pilot's kid, like that's who's controlling the camera right now. They're doing a horrible job.
We have not seen any signs of that. Of course, we don't know for sure.
Or they just have no idea there's graphics on the screen.
3 separate situations where CHP officers, I believe 2 times near
we don't
the
have a lot of options here.
They deployed spike strips, and the Subaru was
KTLA
not
on this
impacted
yet?
by them. And then another time they were on the shoulder, and that also was not effective. It seems as though that they will continue to do this. Can you give our viewers any context?
I mean,
is this
all these news stations have helicopters in the air, even though it's a
freeway that there
holiday,
would be 3+ more.
Shout out to them for that.
Are they just going to continue this?
Well, I think that they have been given permission if it presents itself to deploy the spike strip. The problem is you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 5 lanes of traffic. So you really can't deploy it in the middle. So you have to deploy it on either the fast lane side or the slow lane side. And then you kind of have to funnel the driver toward that spike strip because they have multiple lanes to evade it. So this creates just huge problems for CHP.
Also, Bruce, I just want to point out that
They are
we're
not.
at
They went offline.
6:53 now. Sunset is set for 7:17, so we're
That's
coming
crazy.
into a time of day where the light is going to start to change. Is that going to change any bit of law enforcement tactic on this, if in fact this is still going in another 25 minutes, and given that it's been going
Thankfully,
for
these two
well over an
stations
hour
are
at
on it.
this
We might have
point?
to go back to NBC
Yeah,
because
what
I
you'll
just
see
can't
is the
stand this.
airship
But
overhead, whether it's CHP
like they're in and
or
out, you know?
sheriffs or some other agency that has joined
I think
it.
I'm gonna go back for
They're
now.
going
It
to use
just
the
it looks
night sun,
better when it's working.
and that will be to illuminate the suspect vehicle and also warn drivers that there is pursuit in that area. So with the night sun and the flare, the infrared device, that's the only thing that changes. Now we're just operating in a darkened area.
Okay, and now we can notice now there are quite a few vehicles pulled off.
Yeah, there's all these cars on the side of the road. A lot of them.
Has been ahead of it themselves. All these drivers are already pulled over. So it's not like they're seeing this and then pulling over. As you can see, like those drivers are pulled over by the time this car is even getting to it. So they are aware of it. But right now we are going to see a little bit more traffic.
Yo, Beal, welcome.
These folks that we're seeing, like this blue vehicle
John can't
just
run?
above the car that we're looking at, are
What?
coming from the 15 freeway. So you know, they haven't been on the 210. They
Where is this? Yo, he's all the way out in
They
front.
don't know what is going on, and that they're basically merging into
let's go, Brandon.
an
It
active
stands for
police pursuit.
traffic collision.
As
So
soon
it's
as they
just
get a chance to see it,
car
in those
crash,
back windows,
basically.
we may see them pull over. But right now, like that blue car, for example, I don't believe that they know that there's an active police pursuit going on behind them. We mentioned earlier the sun.
They don't
It
know?
is just
I guess so.
we're
Fontucky,
just
yeah,
past
Quinby,
sunset
yeah.
here, so really,
Beal, they're headed
yeah,
towards you.
Just like that, we can kind of see some of those.
How far
vehicles
can
are
this car
starting to
go
realize there's an
before the
active
news
pursuit
is gonna
going
like
on. I
not
should pull over,
be
allow
able
CHP to do what they need to do. Another unit here joining in. We have seen a few different cars switch in and out, keep everybody fresh.
I don't think that they've hit him with the spike strips, but we've seen him try at least twice. It's just this is not like a King Ed welcome. This is not like a good situation to be throwing out spike strips.
On the 210 freeway, we've passed the 15 now, so
It's just such a wide
really,
road,
yeah,
and there's
getting
nobody
closer
to.
Redlands
There's nobody.
in Fontana currently.
Oh, here comes a vehicle pretty quick. Where this white thing is. He passed the 15? I'm not sure.
So speeds will remain. Yeah, I mean it's kind of. Well, once again, yeah, between about 65 and 70 miles per hour. Really pretty consistent. With
I feel like this
driving.
guy's got like
Earlier,
the cruise control on or
almost like
something.
cruise control is on.
It's like he does. He just said the same thing.
Too much aggressive, acceleration and then deceleration. It's just been a consistent.
Save some gas
60,
that way,
65.
right?
You know,
You put
we
the
did see at one
cruise
point,
control. You're
there
probably saving
was
some gas.
A sheriff's department unit that was right next to this driver. Essentially pacing him for a few moments, and the driver rolled down the window to interact with that sheriff's deputy briefly, but then rolled back up the window. Since then, we've seen about 3 different spike strips at least performed or attempted. It's hard to tell if any of those landed. I really didn't see any personally.
There's another
that
cop over
appeared
there
to land,
coming
because
in. Oh, he's just
tricky
blocking
with the freeway being
entrance.
this wide. It's hard for it's hard for a spike strip to cover the entire freeway and then.
Yeah, Leroy, I guess so. I mean,
the driver and
there's probably multiple
not be
places in the
effective against
country where
any
they
other
would have
drivers
ended
that might
this
be
by
behind
now.
It's just
But
very tricky to have.
this
a
is how
spike
they
strip
do
that
it,
big,
and
to be able to
nothing wrong with it.
activate it and then deactivate it so that
They tried to end this with the pit
driver
maneuver. I've
are,
seen that go in some crazy
not affected
directions where
by those
people,
spikes.
if they didn't die, they easily could have, you know. KDL, welcome. That's right. How are you doing?
Continue to see some vehicles pulled over to the side of the road. I mean, CHP is we have noticed some vehicles up ahead of the pursuit, kind of essentially.
We were getting close to the
not
1
exactly
hour.
pulling
Right
people
now.
over, but warning people, giving them a heads up that hey, something's coming.
Needs to do
look in
something
your back,
exciting.
look in your
Yeah,
rearview mirror.
serious. Oh my God.
You're going to want to pull over for your own safety, and that's a lot of what we've seen so far in this hour-plus long pursuit.
Yeah, Loeffler, I know. That would be a reasonable solution here. That could work. The pit move, maybe not such a good idea, but yes. That could work, but they are not equipped with those. I've heard very mixed reviews of those things. I only saw it used one time in a televised police chase, and it worked fantastic. That was probably 3 or 4 years ago now. It was in Phoenix. Kenny is huffing and huffing. Yeah, Brindy's actually been on this exact freeway the entire time, driving the same, pretty much the same speed. It's been the same thing for an hour now. Think they purchased grapplers?
So
the LAPD?
We're really seeing now. I mean, we can tell there's different units on this. So the car that's directly behind this is another one of those the cruiser that we've been following. But you can see there's another unit in white that's behind this. So this driver has gone through 4 different CHP
instead of rolling roadblocks. Oh, dude!
Ventura, West Valley, Baldwin
they don't.
Park,
This person is
and now
potentially
it's
suspected of murder.
Empire
They
Division.
do not
So
need a roadblock.
This is, I mean, it's just been.
You set up a
going
roadblock
for
and the
so
guy just
long
tries to
and through so
smash
many
through it,
jurisdictions,
or he starts firing
that
at you.
is one of the reasons why we're seeing different.
Well, what's the point then?
Units, different vehicles, police vehicles behind this
You can
car.
just follow him. It's not like nothing bad is happening.
Whenever we
There's
move into
really
a new jurisdiction,
basically
whoever's
no
based in
risk
that jurisdiction
right
knows
now.
the roads better. They know the exits. They know.
Oh,
they have a
HMB,
better
you're right.
idea
Humble,
of,
you're right.
Where the driver might
You're
go,
right.
where bailouts
should
might
be.
be. So that's one of the main reasons that CHP will hand things over from one division to another.
Yeah, Sean, I've heard that. I'm sure it's not. If it was fucking perfect, they would have it everywhere. But it must not.
As this driver has been going,
I've heard people in chat tell me all kinds of things.
Pretty soon.
A rolling roadblock, like slow them down gradually? How would that work?
Run into the 10 freeway right in Highland there. So we're really going to be able to tell if he's going to get off, basically get
what
off,
is a rolling
go
roadblock
northbound
like?
into the foothills, or continue onto the 10 freeway and then really just head almost
Riverside County.
towards Palm Springs.
That's way the hell out there, right? South? Okay. Will this chase last for 75 minutes? Use your channel points.
Yeah. So really in the city.
Oh,
of San
Nighty,
Bernardino
welcome.
now,
Good to see you.
Almost towards the base of if you were to drive up to Big Bear, Running Springs, we're really getting close to that 330 exit pretty soon here.
How far can this news
driver
station
just
go?
Stays inside that, just in that middle lane, as we've seen for the majority of this pursuit. It's really just going to end up on the 10 freeway as the 210 sort of bends around here in Redlands.
San Bernardino. There's a casino in San Bernardino? He can go to Gina? He's going that way? Okay.
Yeah, so this is the first time. Yeah, well, actually, this is the first time that I've seen the driver merge off the freeway or merge onto. It almost looks like an exit.
Swerve.
See here.
Major. Wait. He's going back. We're gonna end up in the same place again.
Yeah, it might be what. Yeah, so.
Yeah. No.
This might be one of those instances where the driver actually has a chance to continue back on the freeway or exit. One of those kind of roundabouts where.
Man, that was the craziest thing that's happened so far.
If he wants to merge, he's going to be cutting.
It's the craziest thing.
And yeah, so it does appear that this driver is going to be exiting the 210.
Okay. Where are we going? Where are we going? Breaking news for real. Oh wait.
Other drivers getting merging.
He's missing one of his headlights.
Some space here.
Why is one of the headlights
coming
out?
underneath us now, or almost coming underneath us?
The prediction up.
So the 215 is what.
I think it's over now. The prediction is over.
Where this driver has decided to continue at the moment. So 215 freeway.
If you're on YouTube, hit the like button.
This would
it can't hurt. Like, seriously, it costs you nothing.
If we count
you might as
the
well.
101, the 134, the 210, and now here on the 215. This would be our fourth freeway.
Now he's going to Vegas.
So far.
Okay. To Mexico. What? All right, Rinson, welcome.
So it's and yeah, we're seeing the turn signal activation once again. One of those
activate the turn signal
see in pursuits. But sure
now they don't have this
freeway
closed down. You know.
For
they don't have the control over this one. They weren't planning on this.
Turn signal, but
they got
other rules
completely
of the road
swerved, completely tricked.
$2
$2 million of gas, yeah, that's not even a lot of gas these days.
210 freeway, or excuse me, 215 freeway. We are seeing some CHP units just like that, blocking off the on-ramps so that other drivers that are just, trying to make their way wherever they need to go here on Sunday, making sure that they don't accidentally get in the way of this or accidentally merge and just, cause any sort of extra issues for CHP.
No extra issues, please. And yeah, I hope everyone had a nice Easter. I've been mostly working, before this I was working on some music. I've been doing nothing special today.
So, unlike the 210 when we were coming through here, this freeway is just 2 lanes, especially at this point. So,
yeah, it might be easier for them to try to set up spike strips on this one, right?
A spike strip is a lot more doable on a freeway on a freeway that's only 2 lanes
yeah, doggy,
wide,
you've got
because the driver just has less opportunity to try to avoid it and get out of the way. So, we don't know for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to take the police. They were not expecting this. It's going to take them a while to get set up.
Of safety and caution,
right? They're not prepared for that.
I would not be surprised if we do see a spike strip coming up here on the 215. Now that the highway is only 2 lanes wide.
Yeah, seems like this is a good opportunity for them to try to hit a spike strip. Much more likely now. Especially as it gets darker, it'll be harder to see him up ahead. Especially this guy's only got 1 headlight.
Oh, balloon. Yeah. Oh, sketch.
Oh, Clear Joker, what's up? I guess it's chases like this that end up going on forever. Just nothing special. Just like the OJ chase or something.
So this pursuit is continuing on here. You can see
they're probably writing that one down, Dimitri.
So this one, yeah, in the shot there.
Asparagus says this would be a good spot. This is a good chance. They should do it. Try it.
So we're heading northbound on the 215. So we're getting close now to.
At least he's using the turn signal. Yeah, I mean
which would take us into the Cajon Pass.
He's conscious of the people around him.
Headed almost towards Vegas here. I mean,
Heading towards Vegas. Let's go.
We normally would see a lot more of that traffic coming back from Vegas, but heading out to Vegas now, we really aren't seeing too much traffic here ahead of this, at least heading northbound on the 15 as we're looking up.
Keep waiting for any of these other news stations to go live again, but we just have ABC, NBC right now, and nobody else is going to do this anymore. They gave up. I mean, is it really that boring? It's really so boring they decided to give up. Nothing special. He took an exit. That's true, Sean. He switched freeways. I'm sorry that I didn't mention how exciting that development was.
Sometimes we've seen it go up to 70.
Sometimes he goes 70. I really think he's probably got cruise control on. And this car might have like that lane assist or something like that. Right? You just drove past this, Ian? No way. You're on the other side of the freeway? Like, he's probably got like lane assist or whatever. Because we saw him for a minute. He didn't have his hands on the wheel at all. He's like using his... He was like on the phone and then he was touching his chest and stuff. I think that he probably doesn't even need to do anything. Wait. Wait, there's a spike strip. I don't think he hit it.
Another spike attempt. It was really...
I don't think he hit it.
Really tricky with that 18-wheeler there.
They tried it.
It was another
they set it up pretty quick.
Right here on the 215 freeway.
TPA,
like said,
John, thank you.
With these 2-lane roads, that's
looks like they failed
really, though. Where CHP is going to have success in getting those spikes deployed. But as the freeway opens up here, you can see
the car has spike strip avoidance assistance.
The 15 proper.
That's a premium feature.
It's a lot more tricky when the road is just
aftermarket shit. How far are the news stations? Maybe that's why some of them gave up on this already. Like, they just don't want to drive all the way, or they don't want to fly this far east. Like, I don't know. When are they going to give up? I'm starting to feel like we won't see the end.
Oh, yeah. Was it
subscription, sir?
So up here, we are getting closer here into the Cajon Pass, and we have been up over this for quite some time. We're going to head back at the moment, refuel, and then we'll be back with you. So this is Ryan
But it's just going to keep getting further away.
Stay locked into NBC.
Yeah, I don't know. They're going out. All right, we're going to have to switch to ABC. They have to go refuel, and they're going to come back? Where are they going to refuel? I mean, I guess it's realistic. They can do that, but...
Exactly what Ventura County Sheriff deputies tried to pull over this vehicle for.
The scanner traffic says that was a good spike? Like that one actually worked?
Coordination, conversation, our assignment desk was told an extensive... Oh, looks like a tire
Whoa,
just came
it
worked.
It worked.
Right now,
it worked.
To imagine maybe that has something to do with...
That was the craziest development throughout the entire chase right there. Lost the tire.
What's your take on
it?
It
worked.
It appears to be on the passenger side, right?
It's on the driver's side.
Looks like it's on the driver's side there, Bruce.
We're not seeing any sparks.
It seems that maybe that fourth spike strip attempt with the tractor trailer truck that we saw actually was successful, and they did get a couple of those little kind of pitons into the tire and deflated it, and now it has come off, which is good for law enforcement.
Would we be seeing any type of sparks, though, Bruce? Oh, the car does appear to be stopping at this... or
No, it's not stopping.
Significantly, if not
Wrong
stopping,
car,
it does
dude.
appear that the driver's pretty determined here, as we've seen.
Let's see.
I
mean, where this was the tire?
So this person may be sort of on their
still looks like the
leg,
tire's
so speak,
here.
Bruce, and this has to be sort of a big break for law enforcement.
I mean, somewhat.
Well over 100 miles.
Right?
Yeah, very much so. And I'm not an expert on Subarus. Dave would probably be able to tell you. But I don't know if they're front-wheel drive.
E. Dexter, welcome.
All-wheel drive. All-wheel drive vehicles. So
all-wheel drive, buddy. Shut up, Bruce.
Over the vehicle, but nevertheless, they're dealing with a damaged vehicle at this point as the sun starts to go down.
And we, of course,
he's back on a bigger freeway now, making it harder for them to try again.
I believe back on the 15 freeway. We've already passed Lytle Creek. You can see there's not too many homes or businesses around here.
And yeah, they probably are just going to like a nearby airport to refuel, but I don't know. It's like someone said, it's just like a typical line. Oh yeah, I'm coming back. No. I just gotta go. I just gotta go do this real quick. I'm coming back.
A successful fourth spike strip attempt by the CHP.
They're not coming back.
At one point, Liz, just a
Willie
minute
said
ago,
that he uses that line at parties all the time.
Kind of trying to position out, fan out, in case this car would stop in the middle of the freeway.
Right, and Bruce, it appears as though, I mean, we're zoomed in pretty tight at this point, but CHP appears to be giving the car
What
some
is tracking
distance.
mode? We're
This
not
car
going to
has
get
not been
tracking
going very
mode on
fast
this one.
For the duration of this pursuit, it seems to be trying to maintain whatever speed it can, but that ultimately will be out of the person's control.
But it looks like if we did get tracking mode, it looks like there's a possible bingo here. But we're not going to get that one.
The driver will
well, he's got his window down. Zoom in.
Yeah, very much.
They missed it.
Right now, all the units are talking to each other.
What does it mean? It means when they're just tracking from the air, they don't have the police cars right behind them.
He or she wants them to do.
But this whole time, they've been actively right behind them.
Do the traffic break, etc. But it looks like from Air 7 HD's vantage point, it's the front left driver's side tire. I don't know if that's what you guys are seeing also.
That appears to be what we're looking at as well, yes.
And it did look from Air 7 that the tire
Bendo, he's going to your dad's
car, but then when we zoomed in,
is it possible this is your dad's friend?
At least part of it's still on the vehicle. And at this point, I know, Bruce, you pointed out you're not a Subaru expert, but you've covered enough of these pursuits. It does
another
seem
cop
like at this
car right
point
there.
We would see sparks, but we have not seen any sort of sparks. Could that be?
I don't think that they completely lost every bit of the tire or something. There's no sparks. So it doesn't look like he's completely on the rim.
Very much so. It could be because there's still some rubber on that tire and the rim area, and because they're all-wheel drive, it's not powering the vehicle. So, but eventually you're going to run that rubber down, and you are going to see them riding on the rim, and you will see sparks eventually. But right now, not so much.
All right, on the right side of your screen right there for viewers who may not have been watching when this happened, this was just a few minutes ago when CHP attempted that spike strip. We saw the car go off the road right there on the shoulder. That was likely when the car
looked like it maybe got half of the car with it. I don't know. It was hard to tell.
May not have been able to do so. Got on the left side of this.
Not this one. I know. Come on, man.
And just a few minutes later, you'll see here.
You're right. We can't go anywhere without these experts. On CBS, they had that guy. ABC, they got this guy.
Rate of speed. Now, this driver has
been
going
freaking hit us with replays, and we got no options.
Most of this pursuit that
Thank you, Sentless. We are now looking at whether or not this chase will last for 90 minutes. And I think that at this point it is pretty much in doubt because after losing a tire, slowing down a lot,
inside the window, but then for some reason rolled the window right back up.
Seems like we've got a chance that this won't last for another 15 minutes.
Out of the vehicle, I didn't see that happen, but we are starting to see a few changes in behavior from this person. You know, probably at least 120 miles into this pursuit.
Yeah, we are seeing that. We are seeing the vehicle slow down.
Fox is live again, but they must have left to go get gas, and now they're coming back.
So yeah, we have seen that.
Hopefully.
Thinking about
they're not over the chase, but they're flying, and they went live on YouTube.
For our viewers, just within the last 15 minutes, we've seen this vehicle go from the 210 East
Vogel, what's up?
Freeway to the 215, back on the 15 freeway.
And yeah, we've seen them go on with no tires. Tires are not required.
We have on the exact location of where this pursuit was, not too far from Victorville. We'll have to see if this vehicle does stay on the 15 freeway and does head towards Victorville. But we can tell you in the video that we just showed you that that fourth attempt by the California Highway Patrol spike strip attempt was successful. That front.
They're just gonna keep showing this, man. I don't like this replay stuff.
Flat at this point, that has significantly reduced the speed at which this Subaru is traveling.
120 miles. Is that what they said?
Current speed right now. This pursuit at times had reached 80, 90, but really has been in the 60s.
Only 8 voted. We got a lot of people
Not
here.
a
How are so
super
few
fast
people
pursuit. The
voting?
driver staying
Yo,
in,
Keanu,
the middle. And
welcome.
right now, I have to imagine that this is the slowest the vehicle has traveled. I don't know if we can pull up how fast it's going right now, but it looks to me, Liz, I don't know, 40 miles per hour?
Yeah.
50?
Can we stop with the replay? What is this replay over here even? He's going to lose the tire right now?
Is certainly
Quit
not
this.
driving erratically and has not been
Man,
for
I'm
most
gonna
of
get
this
friggin'
pursuit. Now, if you're just joining
triggered.
us, this pursuit likely began about 2 hours ago. We've been following it since the top of the 6 o'clock hour, and this began up in Ventura County as some sort of attempted traffic stop by the Ventura County Sheriff's Office. That traffic stop was obviously not successful. This person jumped on the 101 South, and that is where the California Highway Patrol picked up this entire pursuit that has been going ever since. And CHP
now
has been following this car
we have
since they
more
picked it up
graphics
in
on the
Ventura
screen,
County.
replays,
The
more
101 South, that
like I
person
wish
drove
that
from the 101
one of these
South all
other
the way through the
stations
San
would get
Fernando
back over
Valley
here. I
and
don't.
picked up the 134
I don't like this stuff.
and headed east through Pasadena.
I just want to watch the chase.
Glendale,
Please don't
Burbank.
like.
Picked up several other freeways, now 15 north headed toward Victorville. And this person was wanted for attempted murder. And we now know from the Ventura County
It still looks like there's some
that at some
rubber
point this
here because it's
person, the driver
not
of this
sparking. It's
vehicle,
not
called
dragging
the
along the
dispatch
road
center
like that.
himself, had an extended conversation with one
And
of
did the
sheriff's
back
deputies,
tire hit
and
it
that's, in
too?
fact, when
The
they were
back
able
tire
to
looks
clarify
okay.
that this person was wanted in connection to an attempted murder. Now, we don't know
I think if you hit the
anymore
spike
about
strip, you
that
just hit it on this
situation, an
half of the
attempted murder
car.
Against who or how this may have been involved, what happened. What we also still don't know here is if there's anybody else in this vehicle. We've not seen any signs of a passenger or anybody in the back seat. We haven't seen the back windows roll down at any point. We just know that police have tried 4 different times to use spike strips to stop this driver, and only one, that very last one, was somewhat successful. But this car has to have driven maybe 20 miles or so, Josh, would you say, since that spike strip attempt?
Yeah, but that persistence by the CHP paying off
20
for that
miles?
4th attempt, and I have to imagine
Jeez.
Bruce Thomas is with us, that they will continue to try, possibly from a different side of the road, to try and get one of those other tires. This is not something they're going to stop now that it's been successful. Would you agree, Bruce?
No, they're talking about it. Whether they will actually do it as the sun starts to set and gets darker, that becomes some other issues. Or they may just be very content.
Rather have all that than Dave. I mean, instead we get Bruce and all that.
I'm not sure these are run flat tires or what they have, but we definitely saw.
John says he's on the line with 911 saying this will end in
So
violence.
it's just a matter of waiting.
That's not good.
And as the light begins to change, does this, and this stretches on
Oh, that's
into
not good,
its
man.
second hour, does this
Yeah, they
become
said
an
that this
advantage
person has
for
been
law
on the
enforcement,
phone
or
with
does
the
this
dispatch
become an
people.
advantage
So
for the
apparently he's
driver?
doing that and he's threatening.
While the pursuit's
Saying
going
to get
on, the
back
advantage
off
would
or
be
I'm
for
gonna
law
hurt
enforcement
somebody,
because
right?
They have the helicopter with the night sun that will.
There's a lot
illuminate
of cars
the
on the
area.
other side of the
However,
freeway.
if it does become a terminus of the pursuit, where it becomes a foot bail, that becomes part of the advantage to the suspect. And then law enforcement has to flood the area and contain it and control the
Yeah,
area.
I know, Sean. Hopefully we don't get another one.
And if
So
there
it's kind
is
of a half and half at this point.
Understood. And if there is good news here, it is that this driver has not really put other drivers in danger. This person has stayed relatively, traveling in the 60-some mile per hour range. They've
Cool
not
spot,
been
welcome.
radically
Yeah,
driving
Clear
through
Joker, you're
traffic.
right.
They've
So
not
hopefully they
gotten off
don't
the freeway at any
escalate it
point
like
and
that. Just
driven
let
through
them
city
drive,
streets.
and I
So,
mean,
as far
if
as
he
that
says it's
goes
gonna
for law
end, it
enforcement,
ends,
they have been
whatever.
able to maintain safety, at least to the general public, Bruce.
Yeah, very much so. This has been one of our safer, if you can use that word,
Right.
pursuits. Yeah. Meaning traffic has been very, very light. They stayed on the freeway. They haven't really endangered too many vehicles or too many uninvolved motorists. So in this case, it's a good thing.
And we can tell you, as far as location goes, we've passed the Cajon Junction, we've passed the Cajon Pass. It does appear that this vehicle is approaching the Victorville area, but traveling at a not
Pretty
as
slow
fast
rate
as the car was going, because it's lost one of its tires. The next big area that it would approach would be Victorville. Not quite there yet. You can see traffic building on the other side of the freeway, but we have barely seen any vehicles. And I do want to point out, during that 4th spike strip attempt, it was interesting that there was actually a big rig, that it appeared to us that the car was possibly trying to go around that big rig, but it was clearly
we get a
trying to
replay
avoid
just in
spike
case
strip.
you hadn't
Not
seen it 2 minutes ago.
CHP was successful, but
Dale, welcome.
Clearly the car has 3 appears to be functioning tires at this point, and as Liz pointed out, it's been able to go now for the last 20 plus minutes. We're showing you that scene from earlier again.
That was 20 minutes ago?
Spike strip attempt.
That was 20 minutes ago.
We cannot pull up the exact mile per hour right now, but we can tell you that it's going much slower than it has, and that is because
Fox is still live, but
inflated.
They are black screen right now. Maybe they'll get to the chase.
Maybe 45 miles per hour.
Filski, what's up? Yeah, well,
yeah, based on what
you
I'm
will
seeing,
be
I'm
seeing
saying
it
maybe
over
in
and
the
over here
40 to
shortly.
50-mile-an-hour range. They've definitely slowed down drastically.
I feel like it just happened. I know.
To me, again, I don't know if we've just been watching this so long, but it appears as though the car's slowing down even more. On the one side of your screen, you're seeing that tire come off, and it appears as though that tire came off perfectly intact at the moment when that rolled off, right, Bruce?
It wasn't like the full tire, because you can see
like
there's still some rubber
there. It
there.
looked like an intact tire that came off, but yet I think as Air 7 HD pushes into the shot, we can see the rim, but as far as is there still some rubber on that rim?
They haven't really zoomed in to give us any insight there, right? We haven't gotten the close-up on the rim.
What does law enforcement possibly know about this car, the person inside, or the situation that led to this that we don't know?
Yeah, Michael, I mean, this is, it's a retread.
We could have the recording of that conversation between the suspect and Ventura County Dispatch.
Yeah,
Prefecture, you
so.
just wait.
We know what kind of car it is. We know where it's registered.
I don't know why one of his lights are out, but that sucks.
Is as far as the additional information that you're speaking of, we don't have that available to us. But we do know as much as we can about this vehicle, meaning where does this vehicle live, where does it reside, and who is the registered owner of it.
And because the sheriff's deputies actually spoke to this driver himself, I have to imagine they've pulled up as much information as they can possibly find on this person.
TPA John, do you know anything else
that may be involved? Any traffic violations?
Scott from Canada, welcome.
Where
yes.
This person lives and who they're associated
OJ
with,
back
right?
from the dead.
Yeah,
they're going to attempt another spike
they are
strip.
doing
Okay.
What they call a whole workup on this person, running the vehicle and then going backwards from there.
Could work.
They
could
also
happen.
Have the phone number to this
Why is so
person,
slow? Dale, he hit a spike strip and lost part of a tire.
Also where that
so the car's a bit disabled.
Is it the same location
just a little bit,
as
but
the registered owner of the vehicle, or is it a different location? So that's the kind of information that they're getting. But at this point, it's all conjecture as to can they talk to the suspect.
All right, well, we do now have SkyMap back up, Bruce, and we were pretty close on our estimate there. And in fact, that car's actually going a little slower than we thought, somewhere between 38 and 40 miles per hour. So that car has clearly been damaged and impeded.
OJ died a
by
few
that
years
tire
ago.
flying off the vehicle like we saw. That had to have been 15 minutes ago, right, Josh?
Yeah, and we do have an update on the location. Still on the 15 freeway north. And
dude is waiting for nighttime for a foot pursuit.
But I believe still kind of heading
Sean Crane, I hope
Victorville, because it would have to get off on the 138 or the 18 freeway in order to get to the Palmdale Lancaster area. So since it's still on the 15 north, we can tell you that it is.
Fox is back. Fox is on it. Let's go. Fox is there. And they're back on CBS as well.
Further up, Barstow.
They probably still got freaking
people
Dave,
area very familiar with the 15 freeway if you drive to Las Vegas.
But we have other options, so that's good news.
And I'm sure
they start showing too many replays. We're going to switch to Fox where they are not showing
some
replays.
Of that traffic heading back
but they also don't have any audio.
But at this point, especially in this section, Liz, we have not seen.
But one thing about CBS is they won't actually have those replays to show. So maybe we should switch over there. They're not going to have replays.
Things look like out in front.
They weren't there for it.
All the exits have been shut down. If other cars
What's Eurotime Cycling Panda? It's going on the wrong side of the road.
Of course, I notice as Air 7 zooms out a little, I can't tell if it's more vehicles, but we have at least half a dozen CHP vehicles following this car. You can now see as the daylight is changing, it very much just has one headlight that it is using to see. So they are at a disadvantage here. This driver has one headlight heading through a dark mountainous region. They have 3 tires.
Dark mountainous region.
One has come off the vehicle. And this person has been driving for easily 120 to 140 miles or something at this point.
And we're approaching 30 minutes where this driver's been around 40 miles per hour. So I was thinking ahead a little bit. Okay, maybe they've reached Victorville. They're not even
I'm watching theirs and it's behind
yet. You could see that when you're traveling.
They're showing when the car was going 60.
It's going to take you quite a bit longer.
Anyway, I don't know what's up with that.
We were just talking about
but
this.
Fox is on it right now, showing it live.
Enforcement here at this
at least
point.
on their
the person's
YouTube.
Driving with one headlight and 3 tires.
If we got to switch there, we will.
Yeah,
but
the fact that they're driving with one headlight, it's a really unique vehicle now. So law enforcement and the helicopter is going to be able to see that with no issues. The fact that they've lost the
Roy,
tire
welcome.
and are on the rim, I'm surprised, as Josh said, we haven't seen the deflating of whatever's left on that rim and see the sparks from that rim. So it's just a matter of time.
Yeah,
and
this
I'm very
Subaru is
surprised
badass,
that
actually.
Obviously, this type of vehicle
Like,
can
tough car.
sustain that damage.
Lost the tire,
And the latest
like
update
hit
that
by
we
a
do
spike
have from
strip,
our
still
assignment
fine.
desk is
Whatever.
that the car is indeed approaching Victorville. If this car continues on the 15 North, which it appears it will, because we have really not seen it switch freeways too often, after Victorville it would hit Barstow and then of course move into the Fort Irwin, Baker area, and then continue on possibly. I don't think that it has. Who
Yeah,
knows
it's
if it
a
has enough
low-speed
gas to even
pursuit. It's a
continue on,
long, low-speed
out of the
pursuit.
state of
How-
California, quite a ways to go, especially if you're traveling at 40 miles per hour.
Right, and
How
Bruce,
long have we
given
been
that
going?
this
We're
has
almost
gone
at
on
90
for so long
minutes.
and this driver is clearly disadvantaged at this point, is CHP eager to bring this to an end, or as you have said several times, are they more than content to just sort of run out the clock on this?
Unite
and
is
allow the
welcome.
driver to
I don't
come to
remember the
its
last
own
time
conclusion, and this will stop
I
eventually.
saw a chase with like a
they would
Subaru
like this to
Outback or
come to
whatever
an
this
end.
is.
There's a drain on resources.
Probably happened, I just don't
Even
know.
though it's slow speed, it is a pursuit. It's very taxing on the officers involved in this. But the question
Okay,
is,
here's
how
cops.
much further is this vehicle
Okay,
going to go?
whoa.
And like Josh said, is
Now
it
he's
gonna
gonna
go all the way
stop.
to
Now
Vegas,
he's
or
gonna be
maybe to
scared.
Baker, California,
Are they gonna
or
try and
to
do something
wherever
here?
it's going north at
Like
this
now he
point.
was
And
gonna
as we
pull
say
over.
this, we're
You
seeing
had
a little
another
bit of
4
change of
cops
pattern here. It
acting
appears
all
as though there are several more
intimidating.
CHP cars gaining some distance on this vehicle right now.
That's gonna
There appear
work.
to be more of them. They appear to be closing in on this car. What do you think is happening here?
It looks like they're probably changing out vehicles. Maybe
Oh, they're
they've
just
gone
changing
to
out?
the
Okay.
edge of one of their
I thought they were
patrol
trying to scare
areas,
him.
and they're now into another area, possibly the Victorville units.
Okay.
That's what it looks like. I'm seeing
What the
there,
hell is Victorville
units
anyway?
that are familiar with that area and do patrol that area on a daily basis. So they're just basically
I
just
never heard of
swapping out the
Victorville in my
fresh
life.
units involved.
And I do have an update on our location. This driver not at Victorville yet, actually in the Oak Hills, Hesperia idea, so still a little Hesperia area, so still a little south of Victorville, and we are staying with this pursuit, which is now roughly around, as long as we can, which is roughly around 40 miles per hour, which is why, you know, the
Well, I
CHP
think
continues
that
to keep their
helicopter for
distance,
Fox and
but the
CBS
number
went and
of
fueled up.
vehicles,
So,
does seem to be
assuming they can just
increasing in
keep
the last couple minutes,
keep
and their posture,
flying, then I
know that
don't
Bruce
see why
pointed
this
out
is
maybe they're
gonna
switching out, but it does
go
seem
away.
like we have not. It's been quite a bit of time since we have not seen a 5th spike strip attempt at this point. We don't know if that is what they're planning coming up, but we do see that SUV
this is on the
kinda
way
moving up.
from.
It's interesting to see.
It's a
if they
sad town,
change
JT.
all their tactics.
And
It's
Bruce,
on
this
the
is
way to
remarkable because in
Vegas.
the other direction, on the 15 southbound, you see there's traffic build up there. There are a lot of cars.
San
going the
Bernardino
other
units were
direction,
pulled
and
off. So
yet
now
on
are these
15
the
northbound,
Victorville
there's
units?
no one
Does
except
Victorville
for
have
this,
units?
Semi-disabled
Victorville's a
vehicle
sad
that has been invading law enforcement.
Sorry,
for 2
sorry for
hours.
anybody
I think
from
a lot of our
Victorville.
viewers are familiar with that.
I don't mean to be
terrible commute from
slandering
Vegas
Victorville.
on a Sunday to LA County and other parts of Southern California. That's the traffic you're seeing. But
Christmas
as
says that
points
Victorville's a
out,
giant meth
we have
lab.
not really seen any
It's
other
a bad
vehicles now
place.
for the last 20 to 30 minutes
What?
besides that big rig on the 15 North.
What's going on there, Bruce? Was law enforcement able to get out there and sort of close some of these entrance ramps, or is this just simply a less popular traffic route?
Yeah, it seems like, maybe a combination of both. People are leaving and coming home from Vegas, and we know that freeway could just be a nightmare going southbound from there.
If you're on
into
YouTube, hit the
LA
like
area.
button. That'd
But
be super
also,
cool.
it may appear that,
It's free. It's
CHP or
easy.
other
You can't
units have closed off freeway
possibly
on-ramps to
hurt you in
control
any
the
way. There's
amount of
nothing to
traffic
lose.
that is in that area also.
Okay.
We did see that one driver.
Victorville and
pulled over,
Lancaster
it looked
resigned to
like.
be future
So
extensions
obviously
of
this has been
LA.
going on long enough that
Really?
people who are traveling the 215 freeway
Like 100 years
now in
ago?
the Victorville area. It seems like a lot of drivers are aware of this. I will tell you that it's been quite some time since we've seen crowds on the overpasses, but we haven't seen as many overpasses, and this is not as populated as an area, but we are approaching more populated
is this
areas,
people coming?
Hesperia.
Oh, we got the
You
night
can see
sun.
actually one of the possibly San Bernardino County
Wow,
Sheriff,
so exciting.
helicopters
All these people are
shining
coming back
their
from Vegas?
spotlight now for the first
The
time
weekend
on
in
that
Vegas?
vehicle.
Easter
Bruce,
weekend
we
in
talked
Vegas?
about that just a few minutes ago, about what was going to change when the sun went down, and we are now right at that time now, 7:32. You said the airship would be using its spotlight to light up the suspect, and there it is, right there, exactly what you said. What's happening?
Yeah, the airship is using that night sun to illuminate the suspect vehicle, and also if any vehicles are in that immediate area, to let them know there is some sort of hazard or some sort of situation that they may be coming upon.
Yeah, Scott from Canada, they got that down. They're doing good.
But also the night sun is used on the suspect vehicle to let them know that, hey, there are vehicles behind you with lights and siren on, but we're above you.
If you guys have a sub, we got a little emote for this one.
Put a little more pressure on the suspect.
Shout out to Scentless for making that a while back. It looks great.
An unintended intimidate, or perhaps intended
4 spike strips. Yeah, Mike.
On the driver.
They only hit 4 spike strip attempts, 1 successful spike strip, and it looks like they only hit half of the car, and one of the tires went flat, and part of the tread came off. But it doesn't look like it lost the tire completely.
But they want them as a gentle reminder, we're still here. We're not going anywhere.
It appears as though this driver, it's difficult to tell without any other cars or without the sky map out there. It appears
so, I mean, they use a lot of spike strips, but none of them were actually all that successful. They have slowed the car down. He was going much faster originally.
Remarkable, given that it's probably
not that fast, but he was going like the speed limit. Now it looks like he's slower.
I was actually wondering if that was a fifth spike strip attempt, because you saw a CHP officer actually in the middle of the center divider there outside of his vehicle, and that's kind of what we've seen.
I missed it if there was.
It even at one point with that spotlight looked like maybe the windshield was cracked, but we just again have seen so many belongings in that front passenger seat that it's really hard to know what exactly is inside that vehicle. I also wanted to ask you, Bruce, let's say this car slowed down, now picking up a little bit, 48 miles per hour. Let's say it slowed down to 20 miles per hour.
Let's say
do CHP vehicles approach this vehicle, try and ram it? Is that something we might see?
Yeah, we may see a pit maneuver. Ideally, this is
based on what TPA John was saying about what is happening with this guy calling the police himself and threatening to do some crazy shit at the end of this chase. I don't know that they would want to do a pit move. Seems like a bad idea. Is this Los Angeles? Bacon, egg, cheese? Kind of.
This would not be a bad situation.
He drove way away from Los Angeles at this point, but Southern California,
I have to imagine, given that it's getting dark now, and you have people out there commuting home.
I know, Sean. It would be nice if they zoomed in on the tire.
Drain on resources.
Like, just,
the CHP
can we please
has to be eager
see the tire
to bring this to a conclusion.
Yeah, very much so. You have multiple units that have been involved in this.
I think that whoever's got the Easter shift
we say 1019,
running this camera in the helicopter is just not
what they were involvement was
good.
There is a post-pursuit form and paperwork that has to be filled out and submitted to the state of California, to the CHP in this case.
Thanks, Bruce.
So there's a lot of paperwork that's going to take place, and that causes those units to stay out of the field while they do this.
This is something that's been an incredible drain on resources, predominantly for the California Highway Patrol.
But the 49ers defense, man, we need the Seattle defense.
Speed over what it was a few minutes ago, 48 miles per hour. We did see it going as slow as 38 miles per hour. But this has not been a seriously high-speed pursuit for the duration of the hour and a half or so that we've been watching it.
This chase has been going on.
I hate to use the word safe, but it's been a very safe pursuit.
All right, this last time we had 8 people vote yes on the prediction. Very few points on this, but a lot of people, I guess.
Drivers, even though the freeway is very void.
People are very conservative with their
it's kind of an ideal situation for a pursuit, if you would say.
And we want to let our audience know that at some point soon Air 7 will run out of fuel. We're approaching 2 hours that we have been on coverage with you.
Good thing the other news station
from Ventura County to LA County, now San Bernardino County, approaching
I don't know if they're still talking to Dave over there, but
and, you know,
if it gets down to it, actually, I think they're doing a better job.
Fuel, but,
I'm going to switch us.
We, of course, will stay on as long
as we can. I'm going to switch us. I feel like this is a better look right now. We might have to listen to Dave. I apologize.
Doesn't seem to be operating all that well. And the speed of this car, which we believe to be a Subaru, has maintained itself right around here, according to our tracker, at 45 miles an hour for the last few minutes.
And I switch when we immediately get a freaking replay.
We were passing Pasadena. and,
all right, I
and
apologize.
getting into the upper San Gabriel Valley. Where right there,
of
that's
course.
almost sort of sandwich maneuver, a parallel cruiser alongside
this
the
was so
suspect
long
and the
ago.
CHP
Why are we
directly
watching
behind
this?
as well was the closest we saw
So
in terms of things potentially getting into a situation where it could have wrapped up right there. This was give or take a couple of minutes when SkyCal was running low on fuel and then had to go refuel and set itself back up for the situation we are currently in right now, where we're still on the 15.
Okay.
Is just very content to stay on the freeway and head north on the 215 or actually the 15.
Why do you hate replays? Because something will happen in the actual stream.
Apple Valley area.
While they're showing that.
Victorville.
Like they should make that the small
slowing down again, and
thing
CHP appears
and
to
keep
be
the
closing
actual live
just a little
chases
bit of
big
distance.
on
And
the
I know
screen.
we've made a
It's
lot
just like
of the sun going down and the daylight
and that one, they're
changing,
like,
but
look,
we're going
these
to
two
get to a
cop cars
period
were like in the
very shortly
same
in the next
area
few
as the
minutes where things
car.
get very dark. You're in a pretty remote mountainous region, and it's only going to
What's
get
up,
more
Gast
remote from
Cider?
here. Does
Welcome.
that change the calculus too, Bruce?
The water, welcome.
It just makes things more isolated. The fact that you're on a roadway or a freeway in this case.
I love Transit. If you want to pursue a drug career, go to Victorville.
Just void of everything.
Victorville, nobody said anything good about Victorville.
Of, drive area, so it almost makes it easier for law enforcement to follow this person because they're the only vehicle on the road.
And we don't have any information regarding whether this suspect is armed, but we can tell you that this suspect does have a cell phone because we do know that this suspect
CBS
did
is
communicate
so
with
weird,
Ventura
dude.
County
They are literally
Dispatch,
just showing
Ventura County Sheriff's Department,
earlier. They're not
and
showing it
identified-
live. They're
it appears
showing
identified
earlier.
himself. They were able
Right
to
now. Like
share
the
that
moment,
information
the
with
replay
the
thing,
CHP
they're
to
only
confirm
showing
this was
replay now.
indeed an
No live
attempted
video.
murder suspect. We don't know exactly
and
if any
Fox is
communication has
gone
taken
off.
place
Did they
after that
leave?
first phone call, or if
This is not
this person
good.
has continued to use
This
the phone.
news station's
going to
leave.
And Bruce, you can speak to this a little bit, that there is technology
Head,
that
thank
law
you for
enforcement
following.
has that they are able to track cell phones, and that I'm sure has been helpful in this investigation.
Yeah, the technology's there. Whether they have to get a warrant to do that, to speak, that's kind of where it gets a little more dicey.
The guy's
so to
been
speak.
calling
Now
the
have to
police.
Track the phone via cell towers, but they're already doing that with the vehicle. Most vehicles now have the SOS systems, or if you need help, you press a button or OnStar, those type of things. So
Fox
they've
went
probably been in
offline, man.
contact with
Fuck.
the vehicle manufacturer or a
They're
Subaru
leaving, or
type
they left. Or I
center
don't know.
in order to track this vehicle.
CBS is still showing
we've
just
seen this
the
driver in just the
same
last
thing,
minute or so
where those
try and
two
speed
cop
up
cars
and
were
then
like kind
slow
of
down
close to the car.
significantly.
Like
To me, that indicates
hour
that
ago.
something maybe they're getting low on fuel,
They just
or
keep showing
perhaps
that.
they're losing control of the car.
Like
a
maybe
little
they
bit more
lost
so.
their live
You know
feed.
a lot about this, Bruce. What do you think might be going on there?
All the possibilities are open in this case. It could be driver fatigue, too. This person's been driving for a while now.
we might not
They're
see
very
the
intent
end
on
of
trying to
this.
get away
I'm
from
starting
law
to feel like we
enforcement.
won't.
So they're very
I had
fixated
some
on the roadway in front of
faith,
them, thinking,
but
are there more spike strips out there?
no,
They
I
may
really
just
don't.
be tired, but it could be, to your point, there's other issues also.
But Bruce, when you bring up trying to get away from CHP officers in all the pursuits that we cover, this one strikes me as
Celeste, thank
this
you.
driver has
Celestial,
not really
everyone
tried
hit the
to get
like.
away. Not going incredibly
All right,
fast,
doggy bark. I hope that
not
by the time you
erratic
get back,
behavior,
this
not
is
getting
still
off the freeway.
like it's over,
This
or like
driver knows
we
that
see the end
they're
of it.
cornered.
You know?
They have been.
Or I guess for your sake, I hope that it
They've been
doesn't
dealing with
end.
spike strip situations 4 times against that. Again, that 4th time was successful. So at this point, it seems as though we have not seen, or maybe the car can just
Sean,
not
they're just
go
talking
any
shit at
faster
this
because it's lost that left tire. What do you think?
It's a great possibility. We know we are seeing the drivers slow down drastically now. Maybe there is some mechanical issues with the
been going the
vehicle.
same speed
Maybe they're
for
running on a fuel,
so long
or maybe
now.
they just are on the phone saying, hey,
It's been like 45, 50 miles an hour for like 40
what
minutes.
What can I do?
Right,
We do want to point out that we passed the Cajon Pass, past the Cajon Junction. As you can see, I don't know if Air 7 can zoom out a little bit, but we're in a more populated area now, Hesperia, Victorville. You're seeing more businesses.
Hey,
That looks
Victorville don't look
sort of
that
a mini
bad.
golf place, possibly. You're seeing more warehouses, and more drivers.
Wonderfinger said that he used to work in
southbound,
Victorville. It's
but
pretty
not
good.
northbound. Any cars out in front of it.
Police
seem to be
really
slowing.
rich
I don't
at
know if
gas.
that's
They
a
got all the
Pulled
gas
over.
they need.
No, it appears to be just some sort of civilian car to me. But again, this car just hugging the center lane.
Looks
for
like, Sean, you don't like
the duration of this pursuit that began up in Ventura County sometime
Thanks
in
for
the
following
5 o'clock
B-Riz. If
hour.
anybody's here and you're not
Nearly
subbed
more
on
than
YouTube or
2.5
following on
hours
Twitch,
ago,
you might as well.
Ventura County Sheriff's deputies
I
tried
do
to
this
pull
every
this
time there's a
car
police
over, and
chase.
you can see how that
There
went.
hasn't
That
been one
person
for like
did
2
not
weeks
stop
now, though.
and has not stopped since. After that car got on the 101 freeway south and has led them on a pursuit for over 100 miles now. At some point, this person inside the vehicle called Ventura County Sheriff's deputies and had an extended conversation. During that time, deputies were able to learn that this person is somehow wanted for an attempted murder. It appears, based on what we've been able to see, that this driver, this male driver, is the only person inside the vehicle. But we don't know that for sure because we've not been able to get good eyes inside this black Subaru SUV that they have been pursuing since before 6
Car
o'clock
chase
tonight.
bingo.
And
Yeah,
that is
B-Riz.
something
We
that
have the
CHP
bingo
may
card
know
is
based
not
on the
really too
conversation,
crazy
that
tonight.
this driver, the suspect, had with
This has been a
law
really
enforcement.
tame police chase.
But yeah, this pursuit just continuing now in the Apple Valley.
Still got 7 squares filled
approaching
in.
Victorville area, and at this point, we don't know what the traffic violation was for, but we can confirm attempted murder suspect, which is why the CHP is approaching this pursuit the way that they have. And this person, you know, has been
Driving
has
a
only
somewhat-
changed
right.
freeways when they've had to.
Correct.
And that's something that I
Cam,
think has been
welcome.
interesting.
Yeah,
And they've been
Kamala,
able to
Kamala
evade
Kamala
nearly 4
Patti.
spike stripped attempts, and I say nearly because the last one was successful. The fourth one was successful in some
This is
capacity
similar to the
because we
OJ
watched
one,
one of the
though.
tires on the vehicle come flying off a few minutes after that. The person did try and avoid it, wasn't entirely successful, but clearly it has not impaired their travel much because they've been traveling for a good distance since that happens. It appears as though they've picked
These
speed back
Subaru
up
cars are
again.
pretty
They're in the
badass.
40-mile-per-hour range. But
Honestly,
for
I don't
most
know
of
anybody
this-
says anything bad
most of this
about 'em.
pursuit, they've been traveling about 60, 65,
People who have
no more
Subarus
than
like
90
swear
miles
by
per
them.
hour,
You
and
know,
that
like they're
was
like this
about an
only
hour and a
vehicle
half
they'll
ago
ever
when
have.
things were
I've met a
much
lot
more
of people like
populated.
that.
So this driver seems very content to continue to evade
Any of you have a
officers and
Subaru?
try and run out the clock. And Bruce, as you've mentioned to us, CHP is not about to give up on this. They may be strained resource-wise, but they are not giving up.
No, that's correct. They're not going to. They're going to maintain this pursuit and go as long as it goes. If it goes all the way to the state line, I'm sure they've already been in contact with Nevada authorities, Nevada Highway Patrol, to say, hey, we got a pursuit that possibly can come your way, and they will hand it over to Nevada Highway Patrol.
Okay, it looks like Fox
And
is
so that,
back on the
as
chase
far as
now.
California Highway
Thank
Patrol
goodness.
goes, then,
All right.
and I can't believe we have to discuss this because we've been on it this long, but if it does
So
in fact
maybe
make it to
I
the
just-
state
I'm
line,
worried this news
that's where
station's gonna
California
leave.
Highway Patrol stops and
final
another
whistle.
law enforcement agency picks it up.
And this vehicle would have
That
to
would-
travel
yeah.
144 more miles to make it to Prim, Nevada.
Which
the
is
state.
surely what this person has driven at this point anyway, given that this
Yeah, of
began
course,
in
right?
Ventura County. Is that roughly what you would guess, Bruce?
Yeah, they're going to have they will hand it off to the other agency in Nevada because they're familiar with.
Danny
Nevada
says keep your oil
roads in that
changes done.
area,
That's right. I
whereas
just got my oil
California
changed
CHP is not. And that's kind of where
yesterday.
California CHP, where their jurisdiction ends. They do work in conjunction with Nevada Highway Patrol, so they're very familiar with each other. But yeah, they're definitely going to hand it off.
And we've just been watching this for the better
New
part of
prediction
an
of
hour and a
thanks,
half, going
Endless.
on
We
2
are
hours at this
now
point,
looking
most
at
of the time
what,
with you, Bruce.
105
and
minutes?
like we've said, we hate to use the term safe when you're talking about police pursuing an attempted murder suspect, but given the charges that are involved here, or at least the suspected charges,
Merle,
this
I
has
don't
not been something that's put
think
the greater
that'll
public
happen.
in a whole lot of danger on this holiday.
No, one of the things
I don't think the news shoppers are.
is the lack of traffic.
I think
on
once the
15.
LA news shoppers give
we've
up,
seen
that's it.
southbound traffic headed back to LA from Vegas or wherever they were from, but as far as northbound traffic, it's almost been non-existent.
What are you
Subaru
curious about?
will
'Cause
run
we
for
have just
500,000
minutes
miles.
left of
No
fuel
way.
left in Air 7, which is just remarkable that this person has been able to
250,000
run
miles,
out the tank of the
says
helicopter
Brandon.
that's been following them
What?
for 3 counties at this point. But what will
Scott
you
says
be
he was
wondering
T-boned by a
when we no
Tacoma and
longer
walked
have
away
eyes on
fine.
this
Great
pursuit?
car.
At the terminus of the
Damn.
pursuit at the end, how it
I want a
comes,
Subaru.
to fruition, and really what
15
was the
minutes from now,
person
yeah,
wanted
Mike V.
for, and was it good information that the law enforcement agencies
We
had
are
on this person?
140.
And,
We
yeah,
are
basically what are the
90
cases?
minutes,
Yeah,
90, 105 minutes. We're now going to 120 minutes.
You're looking at
right?
about 33 miles. And
we
then
are
you're
105
looking at
minutes in.
100 miles
106
to the
minutes.
Nevada
Okay,
County
so
line.
be welcome.
So, you know, it's hard to believe that this car could make it all the way to Prim, but we've seen crazier things, and we just don't know how much gas this Subaru has. But as Liz pointed out, this car has already traveled over 100 miles. We actually don't even know the exact location within
what
Ventura
is this
County
vehicle
where
doing?
this originated. So we know that CHP picked it up. We believe Woodland Hills area or somewhere near there on the 101 South, but we don't
putting
exactly
the light
know,
on this guy, like,
you know,
get the fuck out of the
where
way,
the gas was
man.
at in terms of that tank in the Subaru.
They're lighting
Bruce,
him
this is
up.
interesting to me. This is the first vehicle that we've come across in almost the entire time we've been following this.
Yeah,
this
what is up
SUV
with this
that's out
guy?
in front of the vehicle that doesn't appear to be moving over.
Away.
Perhaps, and surely at this point they realize what's going on. You can hear the helicopter above you. You can see the night sun that they're using, but we also can't see CHP behind this vehicle. What do you make of it, what we're seeing right now?
What are you supposed to do? I think he's
I'm
supposed
saying
to
that a
pull
vehicle
over.
driven by somebody that really is just not paying attention to the road.
I think they know what's going on.
I hate to say that, but with all the distractions in modern technology,
They must be doing this on
that's why you
purpose
see
at
the
this point,
helicopter
right?
With the night sun trying to warn them and say, "Hey, get out of the way."
You got to be
now they're
doing this on
shifting over.
purpose at
That's
this
what I'm
point.
saying.
Right.
It looks like. But yeah, either that driver was not aware because of course they're driving, so but they didn't see the
I think he's
police
probably
lights
aware.
in the distance behind them, and then
Probably
at the same time
aware.
we've seen situations, Bruce, where other vehicles on the road try and get involved in a pursuit. I'm not saying that
He
that
keeps
is what is
matching
happening
lanes.
now,
Exactly, Sean. He's
but,
like moving in
I
front
know
of
I've
him.
interviewed you on stories where drivers have
Clockwork
tried to
with a-
take matters into their own hand, which I know is something that CHP never
Two cars
wants to
now. Yeah,
happen.
I don't know what's up with that shot.
Yeah, we have seen that, and a couple of cases coming to point where people have actually got out in the middle of the roadway and thrown stuff at the vehicle to try to slow it down or stop it. These are all things we obviously don't want to see or ask the public to get involved. Let law enforcement do its job. But yeah, unfortunately,
He's trying to block him.
happen.
So it
But
kind of
also
looked
one more
like
thing
it.
to point out as we pass through the Victorville area, and this is the only other car we've really seen on the road. One thing
It's
I
Mr.
noticed
Tire,
here is this
right?
car that we've been following.
gotta-
in
he's
pursuit
gotta
all
do
night
the brake
isn't
check where he
gaining
makes
any
him
speed
slam
on
into
that. So
him.
it gives you an idea of how slow that car is going, that this SUV didn't pull out of the way, and this car has not come anywhere close to
Guy
it.
is an
So
idiot.
This
He's kind
vehicle's
of an
probably
idiot.
just, in the 40-mile-per-hour range like it was before.
Oh,
It's
Pan
incredible to me,
Pen,
Bruce,
what's
that
up?
this car is able to maintain the speed that it is, given, 30
Civilian
minutes
interaction,
ago or
I
so,
don't
that tire
know
came
if it
flying
does.
off the vehicle.
I think we got to get a little
we
bit
saw a tire
more.
come off.
Where did
We
that
saw
vehicle
sure
go?
did.
It's up here?
We sure did.
And why it's not on the rim, and why it's not having mechanical issues.
I think we're going to need a little bit more interaction from
from
him. but-
It's kind of foreign to me, but it just maybe goes to the point of how
People
well
up
built
here.
these vehicles are.
Right.
We're seeing
But
more
he's getting
people
off.
parked on the
He's leaving.
overpass watching this pursuit.
Okay.
Finally, we are seeing that Toyota
He's
4Runner
gone.
that was about 50 feet in front of the Subaru pull
He's
off the
giving up.
freeway. So that's some good news, not getting involved at all in this pursuit, just deciding to exit. And once again, this Subaru has in wide open freeway, no other vehicles.
Yeah, Turtle, that's
I'm actually
right.
seeing, it looks like a CHP
They are
car
following
in the
that guy
distance is
now.
getting off as well.
They're following him.
And just unclear.
Aw,
not as
poor
ma-
dude. Oh, man.
Looks like that car is possibly.
They're going to pull him
gonna have a
over?
conversation-
Oh, that
conversation with
sucks. He should have
But
got
I will
out of the
say
way,
We're not
man.
seeing as many California Highway Patrol cars in pursuit the deeper we get into San Bernardino County. We, at one point, saw 6 to 12 cars. Right now, it looks like there's only 4 or 5 that are really trailing
I wish we could see that
Subaru. What do you make
interaction.
of that, Bruce?
Yeah,
Yeah, he
as you
should start
say,
running.
it's
Second
definitely been
chase.
Scaled back to 4 or 5. You have a primary, a secondary, a third vehicle, which is probably a supervisor, and then you have maybe 1 or 2 left over to provide traffic control and a traffic break as they have the terminus or the felony stop taking place. But it will also be resources out in that high desert area where they just don't have that many CHP officers on duty.
I guess we didn't see him pull over. That might be a
Right,
chase.
and I'm not sure if this is the same Subaru we were following before, because it appears as though both headlights are now back on this vehicle, and very
That cop
clearly
was
we
bored.
saw
Yeah, he's like, "Let me
earlier,
go
Bruce,
do
that
something."
there was just one headlight on this vehicle.
And I'm not sure if you have the ability
Wait, he's got 2
in
headlights
that
now?
car to only have one of your headlights on.
No, there's
and the
no
other
car
one
in the
off.
world
We
where you
thought
can
that
just turn
it
one
was just
headlight
out,
on.
but it does
No,
look like.
our director was saying it was a daytime running light that was out before. hour. But
okay, so he
regardless, there was a
actually turned the
change
headlights
in
on.
the,
Okay.
the headlight or lighting situation from the vehicle.
So he didn't have his
Same
headlights
vehicle
on
in
until
pursuit
now.
right now
Same
that
vehicle.
we're watching, and we can tell you that for quite some time.
Or maybe it's the
traveling 40
high
miles
beams.
per
Yeah,
hour,
maybe
we
it's
were
the
in the
high
Hesperia
beams.
area,
Or it's just
but
the
this
daytime
pursuit
running
is
lights.
now in
Okay.
Victorville on the 15 north. 30 miles north of Victorville, of course, is Barstow.
I think he
and
actually
another
these are
100
either the
miles
high beams
to
or he just
the
had his freaking lights off the whole
California-Nevada
time.
state line.
And just to give you an idea that we noticed the small change in the headlight lighting situation, that's how closely we've been watching this pursuit for about 2 hours now as this car has continued to evade California Highway Patrol, first in Ventura County, then all the way through Los Angeles County into the San Gabriel Valley and picked it up 15 north. And this car, I mean, has to have been driving for
No
probably
need to stop him
150
now. The
miles at this
headlight
point.
works.
We don't know how much fuel was in this vehicle when this all began. This was a traffic stop that this
It's
person
fixed.
did not comply with in Ventura County and has not stopped ever since. We believe
He's
that
got like the
one of the
floodlights
tires
or
may
what-
have been
the,
impaired
fog
by one of the
lights
spike
on as
strips
well.
that was thrown down, one of 4 spike strips thrown down by CHP over the last 2 hours or so.
Yeah, we can tell you this pursuit started over 2 hours ago, possibly.
Socket,
moved
I have
2
no
hours,
idea
2 hours,
what.
15
That's
minutes
a,
ago.
I don't know. What do you
We
think?
have been on the air since
How much does
6
this
p.m.
chase
We're
cost
approaching
so far?
the 8 p.m. hour, and Air 7 is low on fuel, so we will not be able to stay with this much longer. But just to
Okay, it
wrap up,
appears
start as a traffic
appears
violation
right
in
now
Ventura County,
that Fox
then
is
travel
on this.
101 south
So
into LA County,
if this,
then into San Bernardino County, and we are
if
now
they leave,
deep
which they're
into
going
San
to
Bernardino
leave,
County. 4
then
spike strip attempt.
think
That
it's gonna
final
be
attempt
okay.
was successful. The car
think we're gonna
now
be able to keep
on the
watching.
15 north in the Victorville
So-
area.
And this person is now well on their way to the California-Nevada state line at this point. Air 7 is going to have to break away to refuel at this point. We are going to continue monitoring this situation as quickly as we can. We'll bring you the very latest on exactly what happens and any possible conclusion to this situation later tonight on Eyewitness News at 11, along with all of the other big breaking news of the day. You have been watching this continuous
and preserving at least their mileage a little bit by how slowly they've taken it. We know that they are wanted for evading. Officers started as a traffic violation and now has led to, we did the math, what, 118 plus mile long pursuit that continues to go on at this hour. And so we're going to stay with it for as long as that service allows us.
Follow up on the chases, man. It's hard to do cold light. They usually don't say anything.
But you can tell CHP, still a lot of manpower behind this. They are not.
This channel likes the reruns. That's
no,
right.
not at all. And the other
Michael,
thing
hopefully
too
they don't
is
start
that
pulling that stuff.
This, you know, as this continues on, we do want to point out that you'll notice compared to what we were looking at earlier when we first broke in with this around 6 o'clock or just before 6 o'clock, is that they are going much slower than they were before. Our miles per hour tracker on the top right corner will indicate that. But even if you're just looking,
Victorville,
it is a lot
Hesperia.
slower. Also, keep in mind because of the darkness and because of the location.
Yeah,
where we're
that's
at, this is why
true.
SkyCal is
Sometimes
probably at least
Merle
a bit
will
distant
post something. Sometimes
from what we're
our
looking
guy
at, and that's
Whimsical
another
Quest does the
factor on
same
top of the
thing.
signal
If
of
there's
the-
any
of
news
everything
later
of
on,
the
we'll
footage that
try to
might
follow
have
it,
to play
but-
into whether or not we stay here long term as well. So I just want you to know that.
Oh no, mine. I don't know that they would use it in this situation, but yeah.
Because it's crazy to think that this has gone over 100
Same chase,
miles
Greg, yeah.
from
What's
the
up, Greg?
101 to the 134 to the 210 and now northbound to the 15 and has stretched this long with really no change in dynamic either, because what you're watching right now has been that way the entire time.
Yeah, and Gio, we've been trying to, you know, when it was light outside, because
Yeah, Danny's right. They said the guy apparently has said he's going to be violent. If the chase is not going to, this whole situation. And then they're going to go.
But the tint is just too dark. It's too difficult to tell, even from the windshield angle, whether this guy is alone or this person is alone or has somebody in there. But, you know, we were talking to a retired police sergeant earlier and kind of stepping through
let's go over here.
how they meet these kind
We're not
of
doing that over here, okay?
situations. We did
None of
see
that
at
over
one
here.
point, I can't remember, it must have been around, you know, 7.
They're just showing all they have is that video where there's 2 cops who get kind of on the sides. That's the only replay they have. They just keep showing that. That's it. That's all they're doing. So this station is the same helicopter. They're not going to show replays, but they are also not going to have any audio. So for the moment, we're just going to have to, you know, watch it I guess we could listen to them.
Something brought to our attention a little bit earlier, and that could perhaps be why this vehicle is moving so much slower than it was before, because it was pushing 65 to sometimes 75 miles per hour, going at roughly the speed
Hey, anybody on YouTube? It looks like there's a lot of you here. If you're not subbed, go ahead and sub.
On top of the fact that
that would be great.
At all
that's been another
in this
remarkable
entire
part of
stretch.
This. Yeah, I mean, if you're just now joining us, you are seeing some stuff on the right-hand side of your screen from earlier.
Okay, anyway, yeah, the other one, they're just watching replays on stuff. So we're going to stick here because I don't know if any of you guys think you need to see replays, but nothing happened in this chase. Besides, there was a spike strip, I don't know, maybe an hour ago. And then part of the tire, the driver's side front tire, it came off a little bit. But it doesn't seem that it's actually, like, affected the car very much. These Subarus are pretty awesome.
In sight of the suspect, and then CHP is directly behind with their lights and everything, and traffic seems to have really cleared out. It's already been mostly clear throughout the evening. So if anybody were to kind of get in the way, and we've seen this throughout the course of the night, they already veer off and pull over to the shoulder, really get out of the way. There's not too much of a dynamic when it comes to running into some folks, but once again, on the 15 northbound.
And yeah, if you're on YouTube, hit like. I don't know if everyone hit like, and suddenly we've got people here, or what's up?
We've really gone, I mean, over 100 miles in just the last couple of hours.
We actually have a bingo card here for anybody who hasn't been here before.
I was saying earlier,
we play
it would be
police chase bingo here, but
what some viewers have pointed out is that this
not a lot going on in this police chase to fill up our bingo card.
Pursuit has been, because it's just on the freeway the entire time, but despite that word, it is still incredibly dangerous, and that's why obviously CHP taking it so seriously, in that they really haven't let up at all.
It's an interesting point, too, to make, is that, like, at this point, we don't know what else CHP has found out along the way about this person in the car. If maybe they were being given information that would allude to the fact that this person would be more dangerous, that could be why they are being so, pulled back and not doing any kind of aggressive pit maneuvers or any more attempts of those bike strips. Obviously, when the sun sets,
yeah, so they are probably very hesitant to do anything extreme here, because this guy is supposedly wanted for murder or attempted murder or something like that, and also he's supposedly threatened the police with violence while in the middle of this chase. He's actually called the dispatch, the police dispatch, 911, and told them that this won't end well or whatever. He's probably just trying to get them to go away. I don't know, but whatever it is, doesn't sound good. So I think that the smartest and the safest thing for the police to do here is to just keep following. And time is on their side. This guy's car can only drive for so long, but they have unlimited resources and people who can just keep following. So they will do that. I think they will just keep following indefinitely, but also it does kind of feel like the news station is getting further and further away.
Well, in order to maximize
like
our
they've
safety
stopped
and handle that, we might have to pull back here in just a second. So keep an eye on that. But of course, as a newsroom, we're going to be keeping an eye on everything, because
they might have to leave.
Stopping.
No,
yeah, this is not good.
We're going to track it for you, try to figure out all of those questions that we have right now about what exactly
this is just getting further and further away.
So even if, we have to pull back for safety reasons, of course, we will continue to keep you updated on this pursuit, not only here on TV. If we can't do that, we'll, of course, bring it to you online, keeping you updated on those details. But again, a very now slow-speed pursuit that has lasted for 100+ hours, started in Thousand Oaks, now has made it to Victorville, Hesperia area. Still a lot to
new prediction is up. Okay, we have made the 2-hour mark here. This chase, I've been live for 2 hours, and now we're asking, will this go on for another 15 minutes?
And with
if
that,
you're on Twitch,
you into CBS LA
can use your channel points, but
and I'm Hunter Sowards.
We will return the channel points if we don't end up making it to that point. If we don't see the ending, NBC said they were going back, refueling, and they were going to come back to the chase. But I believe that appears to be a lie. They were not going to do that. Anybody happen to know of any other? It does. I mean, I'm looking at every news station. They're gone. It's all over. But I think this is just going to keep getting further and further away until it disappears, because there's probably something over here that's dangerous for them to fly over, right? Like, you can see that the police helicopter is no longer up here pointing the light at him. There's a cop car right here. Did he do something? That was a cop car, right? Or what is that? I can't tell. But I think that's a car. Anyway, it's definitely a car, and there's a cop outside. They may have just tried another spike strip. But yeah, there might be something over here that's dangerous for them to fly over. And that could be what's going on here. Nobody talking. Yeah, Michael, this is actually the same news chopper as we were just watching on the CBS. But that's it. Okay. They're leaving. Okay, we're gonna have to refund the points, I guess. I will just try and verify here, but hey, if you're watching on Twitch and you're not following, it's easy. You can do that real quick. If you're on YouTube, you could sub. I make all kinds of short form videos about chases and stuff. I also do this every time I go live. Every time there's a police chase. And I'll hang around until the end, even if there's nothing going on. Okay. Unless there's some thing I'm just completely unaware of, that's it. We gotta give up. They're so far. They're now out in the middle of nowhere. Yeah. Homona, thank you. Corona. How does both of these names rhyme? Homona and Corona. Is this slow chase? This is Pooh Bear. Most of the chases last, yeah, literally like 3 or 4 minutes. Literally most of the chases last for a couple minutes, and then we go offline. But yeah, Edward, thank you for coming. But that's it. And yeah, Danny said it might be asked. They were asked to pull back, whatever it is. I think a lot of times it ends up that wherever they're flying to is not safe to fly at night. It might not be safe to fly during the day too. You missed the end. Gina, you didn't miss the end. Nothing happened. The police, the police are on the ground behind them, but all the helicopters left. So, you want to watch more? There's nothing more to watch. They left. It was fun. Yeah, Record Crate, thank you. SoCal Logistics. Yeah, okay. So much invested. I mean, I guess so. I invested 2 hours of my time. And a lot of you did too. But, all right, I'm going to get offline. We're going to go. Is there any... Grab your guitar? Not right now. I mean, I will maybe do that, but I'm not going to stream it. It's been the longest chase. Daddy-O, I streamed a 6-hour chase. That was in 2020 or 2021. Literally 6 hours. Literally 6 hours. So... it was ridiculous. It was a lot like this chase that we just watched. It was a lot like it. But the difference was that guy actually lost every tire and then just very slowly crawled along for like, I don't know, hours. It was ridiculous. Completely ridiculous. It was not entertaining. It was stupid. Yeah, happy Easter, everyone. Hopefully everybody subbed and whatever. Yeah. Should I raid somebody on Twitch? Who should we raid? We could raid. I don't know. Let's raid Suina. Okay. All right, guys. We're getting out of here. Snooze raid. Copy that message. You get Control C, and then you'll hit like Control V when we go over there. All right. Good night, everybody.